beverage carts and her snacks.
Yummy.
Oh, you're so fast.
She is. She's thinking fast. She's up 2-1 now on the birthday boy. All right, next up. Name a month starting with the letter A.
August.
Think Denny's got in first.
Oh.
I'd ask Suits, but he's being distracted.
One of the sales guys is in there yucking it up. Get out of there. Suits is a judge.
We got enough distractions today. My gosh. You know how tough it is to try to do this show today?
All kind of monkey
Oh,
wrenches.
my gosh. Can everybody just please make this easier?
Leave Suits alone.
Yeah, it's Monday, and I'm ready for the bar. Oh, my God.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Well, hello, good morning. Welcome to Tuesday. How you doing, Virginia?
Good morning. How you doing?
I am doing great. Look at that. Your microphone is working.
Ooh, it's a miracle.
Okay, it is a step in the right direction.
When we left here yesterday, a team came in here to try to fix it. I guess the processor blew again.
Again, huh?
Again.
We're just blowing all kinds of equipment around here, huh?
We blow.
Yeah, I guess we do.
More than anybody.
Wow. Okay. Well, we got you fixed. I'm not sure if we got the bird fixed or not. So.
I think he's coming in.
Oh, he is?
He may have just been tied up or something.
Okay.
Because
literally?
He messaged, yes, his dog tied him up in the corner.
Okay.
He messaged Dennys and said he was coming.
Oh, okay. All right. So sometime, we'll have Jbird, we believe, with us here today. So we'll see what's going on. Big day for people who are subscribing for the Disney Plus. That is going to be kicking off today. So I know a lot of people are excited about that. Are you jumping on that, Virginia?
I'm not going to jump on it right away. I'm going to see if the kids bring it up because the kids are what made me get Netflix.
Okay.
And the little one might not even know about Disney Plus.
Okay.
And the big one might be too self-absorbed.
So you're hoping that if they don't know, then just maybe...
Well, we have DirecTV.
Yeah.
And so there is the Disney Channel. Mm-hmm. Will that suffice?
If your kid doesn't know about, what they don't know, it's kind of like, the first time you take them into an ice cream store, they may pass by and have no idea what it is. And then once you take them in, they get that sweet taste of that delicious cream. Then, forget about it. They're going to want to be in there all the time.
Don't give them stuff that's crazy expensive that they're not even asking for.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as cost goes, somebody texted in and said, if you're going to subscribe to a Disney Plus, a service, do it for the year and not monthly. It saves you $16 to do it annually. So that's just a little initial hack today if you're going to be doing that, because some people may be like going, I'm going to try it out and see how I like it, but you'll save money, of course.
Of course.
If you sign your whole life away, Disney likes that. So
I just think that there's already so much that my kids could be watching between the YouTube on the smart TV, and then you got the Netflix, and then I have DirecTV.
True,
If they can't find something to watch on those three platforms, the problem is them.
It's almost too much. Yeah, there's almost like 500 scripted shows on TV in 2018. And so if we can't find something, do we have to have everything in the world to watch?
No, we don't.
Okay.
We have to sometimes hit the brakes.
Okay. Well, some people will get it. Some people won't. I'll give you more of a breakdown today because not everything is on Disney Plus. It is Disney. So you may be going, what? I got Disney Plus and this is Disney. It's not on there. Not everything on Disney's on there. So I'll let you know what is not coming up here in just a bit. Bird just got in here. Hello, Jbird.
Hello, guys. How are you? I'm a little bit better.
Okay. All right.
A little bit.
How'd you feel? Did you get some sleep?
I did. I slept a lot. I'm so tired, though, if that's possible.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch The Mandalorian at all. I wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know what time it launches. It comes out today, so...
Someone was already on Facebook saying they watched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe it launched last night. I don't know. Yeah, I thought today was supposed to be the magical day, the 12th. So I don't know if somebody's seen it. What did they say about it? Did they say it was good or bad?
From what I understood was they had done the first episode and was already bragging about it.
Okay, so it was good.
Yeah?
I imagine it should be decent. They've got, quality people making it. So
there's no way it's not going to be good, and I would love to just binge this whole thing with Virginia. I'd love to watch it with you.
There's no way. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoy it. I wish you nothing but the best.
I was kidding. There's no way I would ever want to watch that with you.
Good.
So you feel good, feel better, no fever, all that kind of good stuff?
I do not have a fever right now.
All right, all right. Okay, so the bird is back. Virginia's mic is working. YouTube is up and cranking. Look out. We've got a functional KVJ show today.
It's the KVJ, dirt of the day. It's the KVJ, dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in a sec, Owen Wilson's baby mama is speaking out and begging him to do something. What does she want from him? I'll let you know coming up in your dirt. Before we get into that, Alex Trebek became emotional after a Jeopardy contestant honored him with a heartfelt message in the final round of yesterday's show. Aw, how sweet.
In the title of a groundbreaking 1890 expose of poverty in New York City slums, these 3 words follow: how the. Prove you're smiling. I like that. Let's take a look at your response. Did you come up with the right one? No? What is we love you? That's very kind of you. Thank you. Costs you $19.95. You're left with $5. Okay.
Oh, man.
That's very hard to listen
It
to.
is.
We all love Alex, don't we?
Yes. Another sad story. Sorry to hit you with back-to-back emotions.
Jeez, Virginia.
Alec Baldwin and his wife Hilaria had another miscarriage. She was 4 months into her pregnancy, and she had been all over Instagram talking about how happy she was. This is her second miscarriage this year. She suffered her first miscarriage back in April. Ew.
All right, what other depressing stuff you got?
And more death and destruction. No.
It's so early for this.
Owen Wilson's baby mama says he's never seen her baby.
Really? All right.
Okay.
She's begging for Owen to get involved in his daughter's life. And she says it's ironic how he keeps getting movie roles where he's playing a father, yet he doesn't play one in real life.
Oh.
Very sad dirt today.
Super sad. I apologize. I'll try to pick it up next hour, but no promises. And that's what's going on in your dirt. Brought to you by Paws in the Park. Happens this Saturday at Carlin Park in Jupiter. So bring out the pets for a day of fun. We'll see you out there on Saturday.
And God, Virginia, I don't know if I can take it anymore.
I know.
I can't take the dirt normally.
It's a tough one today.
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ Show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about today, Jbird?
Well, a lot of people who listen to our programs going out to Paws in the Park this weekend, and they always want me to bring Chewy out there and kind of, have Chewy meet some friends. And I really want Chewy to have some friends. I don't like that he's such a loner. No romance, no friends. I'm the only one he's got.
Like master, like dog.
But here's the issue. He is all weirded out because back in Texas, he got jumped by 2 pit bulls.
Ooh.
And
Yeah, those roving gangs of pit bulls.
at the same time, he got jumped, and
That's tough.
He really stood his ground.
He did,
from what
okay.
I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a couple scars on his face from it.
Wow.
But ever since then, he's a little tweaked out by other dogs, and even little kids now. When somebody tries to go over to him too quick, he gets a little sketched out. So I'm wondering if anybody knows, are there little tricks I can do to calm him other than doggy Xanax? I don't want to give him any of that stuff.
Thunder shirt.
Oh, he gets thunder shirt?
Yeah.
I hear that works,
Yes.
actually.
You put the pets in it, it kind of like it cuddles them.
But do you put a thunder shirt out at an event like a Paws in the Park? I thought thunder shirt was more for home.
Yeah, that's more of like, they call it a thunder shirt because if it's raining outside, then you put it on your pet, and your pet feels, comforted.
I saw a full-on yesterday doggy like workout outfit. Like it was.
Oh yeah.
It went from the top, and it was
Yeah.
like that stretchy spandex.
Okay.
It went all. It was long sleeve.
Yeah.
It was long legged, and it covered their whole entire body.
Oh, that's amazing.
I might have to look
That's
at
what
it.
every dog needs.
It was specifically for dogs that like shed a lot.
Okay.
So if you've got a big shedder, you put this on him, and then when you take it off him, take it off outside, and all the hair goes outside.
I had a big shedder. He sheds the heck out of some fur.
So now people are putting little clothes on their dog like every day.
I got to tell you, the picture I saw, the outfit the dog had on was like bright purple. It looked like he was ready to go to Zumba class, and it was awesome. I was a big fan.
Okay.
Because there's a big dog, and you could tell he was fluffy,
Yeah.
but it made him real skinny
Yeah.
because the suit
It's
was so
slimming.
tight.
Yeah.
It was very slimming. He was living his best life.
Like a
Okay.
doggy girdle almost.
yeah.
Yeah.
He looked hot.
Sounds
Yeah,
effective.
I just don't want to bring Chewy out there and all of a sudden there's this big fight. And
Yeah.
I've seen that happen at Paws in the Park. It's so uncomfortable when a German Shepherd tries to, eat a terrier.
And Chewy can't see as good. That could be a problem too. If you can't see, you
Right.
get real skittish.
yeah.
I want to do a little dog blog, but I don't know. I'm debating.
It's you probably don't want to throw them in with the other wolves. You probably want to, just walk them around the perimeter and
Yeah.
that is probably a good idea. Get them a few little treats and something like that.
Because my Paws in the Park trip could be real quick. Okay, guys, Chewy just got to do a fight. We got to go.
Yeah, right. Like I have a little Pomeranian, Coco, and it's tough. That's those dogs. It's hard to socialize them.
Coco, yeah, definitely kind of all over the place a little bit. Coco will go up to other dogs, right?
She's a little skittish. She's so small that everything is bigger than you.
She knows at any minute she's lunch.
Yeah. So she's pretty skittish. So she's just kind of like chill. She's just she's one of those dogs. Just carry her around, and that's about what she likes.
First dog.
Yeah, not every dog is meant to be social. I don't think so.
Maybe you're right. Maybe Chewy just loves chilling at home.
Yeah, he's probably more happy there.
Yeah.
Probably good for him. Yeah, he'd love for you to get some treats for him and bring him back, I'm sure. The event's going down this Saturday, Carlin Park in Jupiter from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Free event with the dog splash pool, pet photo booth, doggy racetrack, tons of free gifts, too, you can get. And for the kids, they've got a kid zone with bounce houses you can check out.
They do.
What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
So yesterday, the kids were off from school, and basically I become an Uber driver on those kind of days. Yesterday, though, I was not only Uber, I was also Uber Eats.
Okay.
So I got to drive down to Boynton, pick up kids. We stopped at Bud's, got some food. Went to Juno Beach, picked up kids, picked up Rocco, went back to Juno Beach.
Okay, that's a
brought
lot
the
of driving.
food home. I mean, so much driving.
Yeah.
So much driving.
Sounds busy.
And when I came home, all I heard was, "Did you get any honey mustard for the buds?" No, I got bird sauce because I'm supporting our coworker.
So you made a rookie mistake, and I'm not here to come down on you. You got to get all the sauces. You got to get honey mustard barbecue and bird.
Cover your bases.
And buds too.
Well, I got all bud sauce, and so I brought some in for you. Sorry, I'm not
bird
doing
sauce.
it right. That's bird sauce for you.
Yeah, two things. Always get variety of sauces. Always check your bag in the drive parking lot, the parking lot area, or the drive-through.
Okay, I'm going to see if you guys, let's play Name That Town. So I was out with my wife and my son Cannon yesterday, and we were having a lovely little early dinner. And we were there, and the wait person was there, and they were taking our order, and I was getting ready to say what I wanted, and I hear, hey, you, hey, I need something. And and the server leaves my table and goes running over to them, like going, yeah, I want to order a da-da-da, and da-da-da. I was like, okay, I think someone just hijacked my server. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting one.
It's a bold move.
Yes.
If you see the server taking somebody else's order and you start yelling at them.
Yes. Hey, we need our order taken over here.
I'm more important.
Okay, what town was I in? A fun little game.
Bird, it's Boca.
Boca, yeah, Boca Raton. How'd you know?
Just a gut feeling.
Yeah. There is no doubt in my mind, Boca Raton, easily the rudest. You get the trophy, the rudest town in all of South Florida. It's not even close.
Entitled.
I couldn't even believe. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever like tried to order and somebody is like shouting down your server as you're about to speak out your order?
I have seen it.
That's unbelievable to me. I could not even. I was like, wow, that's even a new one on me. I'm telling you, every time I go to Boca, I see something new. I'm like, that's a new level.
A new
Boca.
low.
That's a new low for Boca. So yeah, they will actually shout down your servers as they're taking your order and demand that they come over and serve them instead.
Congratulations, Boca.
That's so annoying, though. You know,
It's
why are they more important than you?
Yeah, no, I just like, okay. All
Don't
right.
they know you're the Kevin Ralston?
Well, if it's that important to them, please go right ahead.
That carries no weight in Boca.
No, they don't. Yeah.
Boca's like,
Yeah.
who?
Right. What do you drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Good luck. So anyway, it was a new level of low for Boca.
You don't like Boca that much.
I love Boca's very beautiful. I think Boca's a beautiful town. I do. I like it. And there's a lot of people there that are fantastic. But it's like a rose bush. That is Boca. You got a beautiful flower and it's great. And unfortunately, it's just covered with a lot of thorns all the way down through it that every now and then you wind up getting a few pricks.
Is that all because of the snowbirds? Is it all northerners?
I don't know. No, because it happens in the summer too. So it's annual.
It's a vibe.
It is. Yeah. Fortunately, you got it year round. It's not just season. It's just Boca. One of the big shows that they have brought to Disney Plus to kind of get people to sign up. It's kind of like from the whole Star Wars thing. It's supposed to take place between the destruction of the second Death Star and the latest Star Wars trilogy, if you know what that time period is.
Yes, that's what's kind of exciting about it.
Yeah.
That's the time that me and you love of the whole franchise.
Yes, so that's kind of tucked in there. It's kind of cool. The guy who's playing the Mandalorian is a dude that you've seen on shows like Narcos, and he was on Triple Frontier with Ben Affleck, and so he's been around. He also was on Game of Thrones, played Oberyn on that. So he's the one who's the Mandalorian, so that's kind of cool. The thing that was kind of weird for me is I saw him like going, oh, they got Lando Calrissian in there. Well, they got Billy D. Williams, but from what I was reading, it sounds like he's playing a different character. He's not. Yeah, he's not Lando. He's another character.
No, that's not true.
I think so. That's what I was reading on Thrill List. They had a report about that. Yeah.
Lando's not Lando? I thought Lando's in the new movie coming out in December.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe he's not in The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
he's in the new movie.
He's in the new movie because the Mandalorian, he'd be way too old in that time
That's
period.
what I thought, yeah. And I thought for sure they were talking about him playing another guy. I was like, wait, hold on. Is that right?
If that's the case, that's really dumb. I have not heard
I
of that.
can't imagine they would do that. Hopefully not. Hopefully I read that wrong.
I hope you did because I'm so annoyed.
They're also going to have other stuff other than just Star Wars on Disney Plus today. You can start off and check out a movie called Noelle. It's got Anna Kendrick in it. She plays Kris Kringle's daughter, and Bill Hader is her brother Nick, and he becomes the new Santa when their dad retires, but then he runs away and leaves the North Pole, and she has to go try to track him down and find him.
Save Christmas.
Just in time for the holidays.
That could be fun, though.
Yeah.
I like Bill Hader.
Yeah, that could be a good one. They also have the live-action remake Lady and the Tramp you'll be able to watch today. That's already loaded up on Disney+. They've got the series premiere of High School Musical, the series, which is kind of like the whole, High School Musical, if you remember the movies that they did. What is that, like 10 years ago now?
Yeah,
Maybe more?
now it's a show?
Yeah, now it's going to be a show, new cast on that. But they're also doing a series premiere of Encore. Kristen Bell's hosting a show that's going to reunite the cast members of A High School Musical years later to recreate their performances as adults. So they're going to redo all the stuff they did when they were teenagers, now as adults.
That could be cute.
Yeah, and Kristen Bell on there, so that's something else you can check out. They've also got The World According to Jeff Goldblum is on there. He goes around the world doing weird things like Jeff Goldblum does because he's a little weird. So yeah, so that's just some of the programming that you can get on Disney Plus today. The thing, though, to keep in mind is not everything is going to be on Disney Plus as it launches today. You may be on there big going, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to watch Coco and Up and Enchanted and National Treasure. No, you're not. That's not going to be on Disney Plus.
Oh, man, what's going on?
They've already got other contracts going on, like Coco and National Treasure. Those are both on Netflix. And they've got to deal with Netflix for a run.
And they push Coco hard on Netflix.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely.
Real hard.
Yeah,
Gosh,
so they pay for that right.
I'm in such a Netflix slump. Just 20 minutes, just trying to find something. I guess I'll end with The Office again.
Yeah.
I'm going to slump, baby.
Yeah, I've got that Q list. You ever use that My List on there?
Have no idea what that even is.
Okay. They've also got some other stuff that you can't check out. Holes, that is not going to be on there if you love that. The Mighty Ducks franchise is not on there. Thor Ragnarok, that's on Netflix. You've probably seen. Avengers Infinity War is on Netflix. So there's some big titles that you would think maybe you're going to get on Disney Plus that you're not. Toy Story 4. That is not streaming anywhere. And if you're a Deadpool fan, you know Disney owns that, but it will never appear on Disney Plus.
Well, because
Too edgy.
It is.
So
Yeah.
edgy.
They're keeping it family friendly, and so they're never going to put that on there. So I don't know if that affects it. They also don't have the recent live action versions of Beauty and the Beast and Jungle Book and Lion King and all those. So that is not going to be on there as well as that launches here today. Coming up in just a couple minutes, how much do you know about Disney? We got a Disney fact or fiction for you. What do you think about this? Fact or fiction? The witch in Snow White was the first character to ever break wind in a Disney movie.
I mean, I know our witch likes to break wind.
Yeah, you're right. We got a gassy witch. What about Disney?
It's time to gain some knowledge. You learn more here than you would in college. We're the smartest radio station. We are the leaders in education. Is it truth? Is it lies? Kevin's the host. He's got beady eyes. Fact or fiction?
Walt Disney, the creator of Mickey Mouse, was actually afraid of mice. What do you think? Is that fact or is that fiction?
Smells like fiction.
Like Kevin Trickery.
Kevin Trickery, yes, you would think so. But no, that is actually a
Really?
fact.
Huh.
Yeah, oddly enough, I guess maybe you create what you're afraid of, Virginia. Imagine if you would have made, like Mickey, a horror character.
Oh, that,
Murderous Mickey.
that could have worked, actually. Oh, my. He has an axe.
I feel crazy right now. Oh. Yeah, you're right.
That could work.
That actually could work. What about this? Fact or fiction here, Jbird? The original name for Mickey Mouse was actually going to be Monty.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. No, that's fiction.
Monty Mouse. He's the murderous one.
Oh, I'm going to kill my brother Mickey.
Monty.
All right, what do you think? Fact or fiction?
We're doing great.
Yes. 0 for 2. Some of the names that Disney considered but rejected for the Seven Dwarfs included Chesty, Tipsy, Jumpy, Dirty, Sleazy, and Awful. What do you think? Fact or fiction?
Sleazy?
Yes. Is that fact or fiction, Virginia?
Fiction. That's got to be fiction.
Chesty.
We can't have chesty and sleazy.
I know, right? No, that is a fact.
What?
Yes.
Chesty?
Yeah, Chesty, Tipsy, Jumpy, Dirty, Sleazy. Oh, I love it.
I kind of want to see them.
Those are my kind of dwarves right
They sound
there.
like fun.
Yeah, they do. All right, Jbird, what do you think about this? Fact or fiction? The witch in Snow White was the first character to break wind in a Disney movie.
I don't remember her farting. I remember her hiccuping. This is Kevin Trickery.
I don't know. Maybe a little sleep fart while she was out, like Virginia does. Our very own witch. You know, she sleep farts a lot.
Yeah, I do. Because I slept in a room on Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even kidding you, man. It changed me. Between her and her husband could not stop snoring. She couldn't stop farting. I had to leave the room.
Oh, that's
It
tough.
was tough.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to say it's fiction.
You're going to go with fiction? Yes, there we go. That is fiction. It was Pumbaa in The Lion King. That was the first time a character broke wind in a Disney movie. Now you know. All right, what do you think about this, Virginia? Fact or fiction? Walt Disney had originally planned on building his second theme park in Fort Lauderdale and not Orlando. Disneyland was the first in Anaheim. Second one was supposed to be in Fort Lauderdale. Fact or fiction?
Show me fiction.
Bird ain't, you ain't jiving with that.
You think it was Fort Lickerdale?
It is. It's definitely a fact. I remember this.
Monty Mouse loves Fort Lickerdale.
Oh, it's so fun. Oh, where's my pants? That is fiction, Virginia. And I believe you said fiction,
I
correct?
did.
Yes, you did.
Sorry. Monty the Mouse is messing you up.
Yeah. His second park was actually supposed to be in St. Louis. They developed a park in the 1960s called Walt Disney's Riverfront Square, but it wound up falling through, so didn't happen. All right, final one here. Fact or fiction about Disney? Jbird, what do you think? Walt Disney's body is buried in a concrete tomb under the fire station on Main Street at Disneyland. Fact or fiction?
It's fiction, and he doesn't have his head frozen either. None of that's real. Fiction. All of it's fiction.
Okay, all of it is fiction. It is fiction. Very nice. Yes, he was cremated and buried in a cemetery in Glendale, California.
With the head, everything. It's not frozen.
Everything was intact.
Ted Williams, the baseball player, different story.
He's they lopped his head off.
I think they did, man.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
It is. I see the interview with his kids, and they won't say no. They just go, "This is something we don't want to really talk about."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, tell me what you think about this. This is an email that we received here. Somebody wanted us to bring this up. They wanted to get the thoughts on the KVJ show. Said, okay, hey, I need your guys' help. What do I do when my 6-year-old's teacher cuts her hair after getting gum in it, then asks her to lie to me about it?
What?
Her teacher told me Friday that she got gum in her hair, and I begged her not to cut her hair, and come to find out that she did, and asked her not to tell mommy. And I'm fuming, and I don't know how to react. She names the school, and she says that it's one of the ones that Pitbull has sponsored. So maybe she should go to Pitbull, and Mr. Bull can take care of it for her.
Why is Pitbull's name getting thrown through the mud here?
I don't know. It just, oddly enough, came up in this discussion. So tell me, what should I do here? Virginia, imagine you had this situation. Rocco, in a couple years, gets gum in his hair, and you don't like it, but you're just like, okay, we're just going to leave it for right now, or, whatever. You just don't want to deal with it. And so sounds like you expressed don't cut the hair, but it's done and the hair is cut. And then the child is told to lie to you about it.
I wouldn't care if they cut the kid's hair. I would say, yeah, cut the gum out. There's other ways to get gum out, though, besides cutting. Did they not try any other ways? Because if the mom said, please don't cut the hair, and then they cut the hair anyway and told the kid to lie, that's weird.
To me, the most alarming part is the teacher's telling the kid to lie. That alone, you got to sit down with somebody.
Yes.
You can't have the teacher telling your kid to lie.
To add some context to it, it said, please don't cut it out. She's never had a haircut. I can get it out later with peanut butter. If possible, please just throw her hair up in a bun, and please, please, please just leave it there. My kindergarten teacher cut gum out of my hair. I'll see if my mom can get her early. So, yeah, apparently it's happened at school. She got some gum, wasn't supposed to have gum, chewed it, got stuck in her hair. She's never had a haircut. She's like, look, just don't touch it, just leave it. I'll deal with it when she gets home. And the teacher's like, no, we're just going to cut it out right now. Don't tell your mommy.
Teacher's wrong.
Yeah, I would be upset.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you respond? Do you just have a sit down? Do you take it to the principal? How big of a deal do you make out of it for this happen? I mean, you can't go back. You can't put the hair back in. The hair's been cut. So
I would bring it up to the principal. I think talking to the teacher at this point is going to be a weird scenario, because the teacher's probably going to say, I didn't do that. I didn't tell the kid to lie. And now it's a he said, she said. You bring your kid in and you speak to the principal.
Well, the kid could say, if they brought the kid in, say, did the teacher tell you not to tell your mom?
Skipping the teacher, you're going right to the principal at this. She's telling her kid to lie. She's not obeying. No, you're going to the principal on this one.
Go right to the principal
Yes.
and say,
Yeah,
hey,
I would.
Expressly, and she sent me. She's got the text exchange. So.
And maybe ask for a new teacher. Here's the deal.
Okay.
Once you do something like this is a finishing move. You don't want your child to continue in that class after you've gone to the principal. The goal here is to get her into a new classroom.
Well, are you saying that because you think the teacher's going to be mean to the kid?
Yes.
Well, because here's when I was in 3rd grade, we're having some issues with the teacher, and my mom went in there and just scared the hell out of this teacher. And that teacher, not only in 4th grade, but in 5th, and every time that teacher saw me, she kissed my butt. How's it going, Jason? My mom's scared. Just scared her to death. So sometimes it can be a good thing, too.
Mm-hmm. Somebody gave this thought, too. Maybe the teacher had already cut the girl's hair by the time she told the mom, so she was just trying to cover it up because she realized that the mom is now going to freak out. And somebody said, too, yeah, teachers just need to know you can't cut any kid's hair because it's, some religions don't cut their hair. And that could be, you could be stepping into something really big if you do that.
Yeah, and some people have trouble with hair growth. If your hair doesn't grow that good and then the teacher cuts it, that's like your mom's going to be devastated.
And you said peanut butter gets gum out?
Mayonnaise does, too.
Have you ever had a peanut butter scalp massage? Oh, my gosh. It feels pretty darn good.
I don't want to hear about what you do on the weekends with Dennys.
No, it's very innocent. It's about relaxation.
Sexy time.
This is an interesting thought. Call the principal, have a conference, get her fired. She is taking advantage of the innocence of small children. She's a bad teacher and should not be around kids. Or the teacher gets a nice haircut herself from mommy by her car in the parking lot after school.
That's how you do it.
That's next level.
It's a little bit like assault there.
You definitely want to get her out of that class, I would say. You got to get away from the drama.
Yeah. Okay.
And the teacher is wrong. The teacher needs to be reprimanded by the principal. You can't cut a kid's hair if the mother doesn't want the kid's hair cut. You just can't.
I do believe we got some peanut butter back at the sales department refrigerator. Who wants a peanut butter scalp massage?
1, 2, 3, not it.
Oh, bring it on. Just what I need today. Someone else texted in and said, I'm a teacher and even I say go to the principal. WTF. Why is there gum at school? And she told her not to cut it, and she did anyway. I would never cut a kid's hair. So, yeah, sounds like this is a major foul. A couple more comments about the teacher supposedly cut the kid's hair when the mom expressly said, hey, I know my kid's got gum in her hair, but never had a haircut. Please don't cut it. And teacher did, and then told the kid to lie to mom. Somebody said, first world probs, you can't leave gum and hair all day. It'll get worse. So what, they cut a few strands, bigger problems to worry about.
That's awesome. Because they don't have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, too, I'd also make sure that the teacher did definitely cut it. Maybe it could have been your daughter or friend that cut it, and then she's like, oh, no, the teacher did. And so make sure that that is legit, too, because you'd hate to accuse the teacher, especially the principal, because your darling child told you that this is what happened, and it's really not what happened.
True.
It's a local school?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if the teacher's driving, listening right now, going, oh, crap.
You just want to get in there and get to the bottom of it, though, and, get some respect.
Yeah.
Don't go in there accusing. Just go in there investigating.
Somebody said, I think this is the first time I've ever heard Virginia say, do not escalate a situation. That's just very surprising.
Well, I don't think this is escalation worthy.
Okay. Yeah, but it's probably accountability time for
Sure.
everybody involved in this.
Here, honestly, it's not about the cutting of the hair. That's the least of the problem. The fact, if the teacher's doing it, asking the kid to lie for them, there's where the weirdness is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have teachers doing that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be right. So, anything else you want to bring up to the KVJ show or that you want us to talk about, you can always text 877-979-WRMF or send us an email, mail, at kvjshow.com. Our birthdays today include Anne Hathaway, who is turning 37. Ryan Gosling, who may be more famous for a meme than movies, is 39. And Megan Mullally is turning 61 today. Also, happy 47th birthday to my amazing husband, Eric, from Meredith and Skylar. So, a couple of birthdays. Got one you want on the KVJ show, you just let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. And we'll be sure to get that on here for you. Easy enough. Going to get to Denny's or Animal here in just a second. Apparently somebody turned our phones off, so we're getting those turned back on.
It's a bit of a problem.
It's a bit challenging, yeah.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. I'm not really sure, but there's apparently like a light switch, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe we didn't pay the bill. Did we pay the bill?
No, we paid the bill.
Okay.
For some reason, there's a switch that just turns phones on or off.
That's just in my house. We forget to pay the bill.
You know, the functionality of that is okay. Well, we got our Paul's in the Park that's going to be coming up this Saturday. Carlin Park in Jupiter starts at 11 a.m. They got a dog splash pool, pet photo booth, doggy racetrack, tons of free gifts that our sponsors are going to have out there you can check out. Bring the kids out, too, because they got a kids zone with bounce houses. Fun stuff. And you take a little bit of the edge off. They got a beer, wine, and booze tent.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, don't get some of these dogs drinking.
No. Yeah, no dog booze going on there. Be crazy. Sponsored by the Animal Eye Specialty Clinic. We can see out there this weekend. And Jbird was debating earlier as to whether or not he should bring Chewy out there. And somebody did text in and mention that one thing they might have there is they have maybe like a colored bandana that means that your dog should not really be socialized.
Okay, I like that. Kind of like a scarlet letter.
Yeah, I don't know. But it only works if everybody gets that memo and understands that, which I don't know if they do.
I had no idea that was the case.
And it's our event. So.
Someone told me.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
The danger bandana.
Yeah, if you're wearing a danger bib, it's
Don't pet me. Don't pet me.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Somebody's trying to say that is actually a thing.
It would be a thing to bring him out there for sure.
Yeah.
I got to be fully committed if I'm doing this.
It might not be the right play. You were saying that Chewy saved your life, though, your dog that even struggles with eyesight.
He saved me from at least getting clipped by a car. We were walking by where I live at, and I was just so out of it yesterday. And as I'm getting ready to walk across this side street, Chewy, out of the blue, jumps up and blocks me so I don't walk. And as he does that, the car goes right by. I would have been hit. I would have been clipped. Chewy saved at least a limb of mine. And he can't see that often, so it was like his instinct took in.
How about that, huh?
I thought that was a remarkable thing to happen.
That is pretty impressive.
Virginia doesn't look that
impressed. No, she's not impressed actually at all.
She's doing fake it out.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Why are you impressed with that?
I mean, I guess I'm impressed. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
I said, wow.
It's not the reaction he wants.
Stop texting when I'm telling the story.
I'm not texting.
Work on your reactions here, Virginia.
He did. He saved my life. That's how close we are.
Lucky us.
Okay.
All right.
We've got Francie on here from Wellington. Hello, Francie.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Do you love animals, Francie?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, this will be a game for you. If people love animals and you really know animal sounds, then maybe you have a advantage coming into this. We've got a whole bunch of different animal sounds here, and what you got to do is tell us if this is the real animal making this sound or if it's our producer Denny's making the sound, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Denny's or animal. What do you think about this one, Francie? It's animal chicks hatching. Baby, listen to that. That's just the magic of Mother Nature right there. Chicks hatching from their eggs. Sounds like they're eating popcorn too.
And playing records from a long time ago.
I think that's the eggs.
Yes.
I think that's the shells breaking.
Plus, I believe her phone sounds like she's in a tornado.
What do you think about this, Francie? Have we captured a real animal sound, or is that just Denny's making that noise?
I think it's the chick.
You think it is the chicks? Oh, I tell you, it sounds good, but no, that actually is.
It's Denny's.
I know, that's Denny's, huh? This is right there making that noise. Yeah.
Very tough.
It is.
It's getting harder because last week I believe the one woman missed 2 out of 3.
That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 out of 3. It is now a challenge these days. Okay, what about this squirrel? I know there's some godless squirrels running all over South Florida, intimidating the population here. What about this one? Is this a real squirrel or is this our producer Denny's here, Francie?
That's actually really tough.
That is. This is a challenge today here.
I'm going to go with Denny's.
You're going to go with Denny's on that. Denny's or animal. No, that actually is a real squirrel. Listen to that animal noise. Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right.
Can she hear?
Francie, you hearing all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she hears great. She hears great, Virginia.
Denny's is getting
What's the
that
problem?
good.
Denny's is just, this game is getting that tough. Okay, let's see. Well, hopefully you can get one here, Francie. This is your final chance here. Denny's or animal. What we've got for you is the sound of yaks. Just yaks out there. You ever seen a yak, Virginia?
Never.
Oh, they're just humongous animals and big old horns coming out. Yaks.
Maybe I've seen one at Lion Country Safari. Do they have yaks?
I don't know if the yaks are there right now.
You know about yaks.
Yeah. Okay. What do
I
you
don't know
think
how
about
they
this?
sound.
All right. Well, this is crunch time here for Francie. It's her final chance to get one right. Is this a real yak or is this our producer Denny's? See, what you can hear, you hear the majesty of that beast. They're a very large animal, and they exist on the plain. You can kind of hear as the sound of the yak kind of echoes out over the plains.
Is that a yak or is that Nicolas Cage growling?
Yeah.
Bees.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question.
Can we help her? Because I just don't want her to lose.
I kind of want to see if she goes 0 for 3.
No.
Francie, what do you think? Is that Denny's or animal there with the yak?
Denny's.
You're going to say that one is Denny's?
Yes.
That is Denny's.
Yay!
Yes. Congratulations. Very nice. You got that one correct. This actually is Denny's. Well, you just hear the anger in that beast, don't you?
That bee sounds hungry.
Yeah, that's definitely hunger pains. That's his stomach, actually. So his stomach sounds like. Well, Francie, thank you so much for playing along. It was very entertaining. I hope you had half as much fun as I did on that, and we'll hook you up with a nice little prize, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Okay. All right, there you go. Boy, that's I tell you, this game is getting tough, isn't it?
It's a win, but it was a tough one.
Hey, you don't want to take this game for granted anymore. We used to be able to do that. You can't do that anymore. Talking about another animal, the dolphin. Actually, we'll talk about the football team. There are some people that are very excited today because the Dolphins' perfect season is once again protected. The 1972 undefeated Miami Dolphins season. Somebody's let me know. I believe it is your last NFL undefeated team fell last night. The San Francisco 49ers lost to the Seattle Seahawks. A very close game that happened. Actually, it went to overtime. 27-24, I believe, was the final. So that's how close it was.
Oh, wow.
Virginia. And somehow the kicker kicked the ball so far to, I think, the left that it actually went in the tunnel that the team runs out of.
Oh.
And it was...
The wind, what an element.
Yeah, just way off the mark there.
Oh.
It's tough, those kickers.
Poor guy.
Yeah, so congratulations to the Miami Dolphins, who, by the way, 2 wins in the month of November, and now they can't lose.
All of a sudden, Dolphins look good. Everybody and their mother. Oh, Bird, they're all going to lose every single game.
Yeah, like what is going on here? It's just that they're all of a sudden they're unstoppable. Never would have imagined that this would be the case.
Thank God I'm not in that dress. Oh,
You are so happy to be out of it.
I really am.
It was very binding your skin and your emotions and your life.
It's almost like you being in the Dolphin skirt, though, kind of kicked the whole thing off.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were kind of the catalyst to them winning. I don't want to brag.
Yeah.
I don't want to brag either.
Ever since then, it just really kind of took off here. Well, yes, Jbird definitely got some looks when he's wearing that Miami Dolphins cheerleader uniform. And
not all of them were bad.
No.
Some people, I saw him get sexually harassed by at least 3 of our male coworkers that I thought were straight. And one of them said something so vulgar to him that I can't even say it on the radio.
One guy grabbed my upper thigh when I wasn't looking and legit made my skin crawl. I'm like, stop touching me.
So, wait, you were
It's
being
hard.
sexually harassed?
I was groped.
It's hard to be a sexy piece of meat.
It was very tough.
What are we working for, Fox News in here?
Yeah, it was. Virginia
happened?
saw
We
a
had
lot.
some Roger Ailes walking around New Hall.
What is going on around
We
here?
definitely, I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I heard it.
It wasn't only guys. I got groped a lot. I'm not even kidding you.
Wow. You're just irresistible.
I don't know if that was it. I don't know.
Something about you in that cheerleader outfit made people just lose their mind. And nobody cared about boundaries
Or rules.
Yeah.
or hashtag me too. He was getting assaulted physically and verbally. And it was
People loved it
awesome.
around here. People loved it when you went out. We had that video of people's reactions when you just went out. And, what was interesting watching it is there were a lot of people that reacted, but there were a lot of people that didn't. And
They were scared.
to me, that's almost as telling as the people who are looking at the guy who's wearing a cheerleader's uniform out in public, that we're just so used to seeing weird things that I just don't know that it's so hard to get a reaction anymore from people because we're just so accustomed to weirdness.
You have to understand some of the places I went to, though. I went to Walmart, a liquor store. I was in Oregon. A lot weirdness kind of just happens in those places. Liquor store, there is some weird stuff going in every liquor store.
Oh, I know.
ever.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Do they sell liquor in Walmart? Because imagine what that would do.
Oh, I know they do not. They sell
Some of them do.
They sell beer.
Oh, they do? Okay.
I don't know if they sell vodka and whiskey. They're selling whiskey at Walmart. I do not know about this.
I think don't they have like some that have like a little liquor store?
I'm feeling it ain't top shelf.
I don't know. I've never seen it. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I've never seen Walmart whiskey.
Maybe it's Walgreens.
Okay.
Walgreens has an attached liquor store.
Do they really? Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where you can buy the booze these days. Well, we asked the question up on our Instagram last night. What do you do that other people would think is weird?
I mean, just
Jbird, I think, probably has just a laundry list from his Bigfoot truck to his collectibles.
oh, that's not even weird. That's not the real weird stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, collectibles and a truck. No.
Yeah, I'm just starting at
Yeah, if you want to get really into it,
Yeah.
Well, there's some weird stuff going on.
Oh, if that dog could talk. Oh,
Oh, right.
Chewy could write a book.
Don't make this. Nothing's going on with Chewy. I know you like to sexualize my dog.
He's a witness. If he's not a victim, he's at least a witness.
Not a victim.
He's thankful he's blind.
You.
He's poked his own eyes out.
I can't see anymore. I just can't see this. It's just too weird.
He's been trying to take off his ears, but he can't.
All right, so what do you do that other people would think is weird? And, I think any more weird is just kind of the norm. We're all weird in some way.
Amen.
We all do something weird. So what is it for you? We'll check in with the Instagram answers. You can also go on ahead and let us know. 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763 at the KVJ Show.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, what are the things that you do that other people think would be weird? I think we all have something that is weird to us. Maybe even if it's just something that you think that you keep to yourself. You have weird imaginary little games that you play in your head, things like that. It's not normal, but that's okay. That's great. I think everybody should have a little bit of weird in them. If not, everybody would be completely boring.
When my dog is sleeping, I like to take my nose and put it against his nose and have the warmness feel against my warmness, and
Yeah.
just kind of let it perch on his nose the whole time while he's sleeping.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think that's weird because I think he enjoys it. I enjoy it.
He does, huh?
It's nothing sexual, Virginia. I know you want to make it.
Yeah. And when it comes to animals, people do a lot of weird things with their pets.
They do. They actually really do.
Pets
a lot
make
of
us weird.
They do.
Start doing bizarre things. We got some interesting answers that people have posted up on our Instagram, KVJ Show. If you're not following us, go follow us right now. How many of those things can you say that you do that were on the answer list on Instagram, the comment section? Somebody said, I put my feet on the toilet seat to poop.
What?
What? Like a lion?
Like a pigeon?
Like the King of the Jungle style?
I think what it is they would, have you ever seen the squatty potty ads that are there? And apparently they're just so flexible. They just kind of kick back and
Like a
maybe relax against the tank and kick their feet up and put the heels of their feet
Like
right on the
this?
front of the toilet seat.
kind of like a catcher?
Yeah, that'd be kind of it. I mean, if somebody was very flexible, that maybe you could do that. And if you had shorter legs, that might be something that you enjoy doing. I don't know if it's done for, better purposes, or it's just what you do. You just really get in there and kick back like it's a recliner.
You better make sure you have a really sturdy seat on that toilet,
right.
because one little slight move, because the seat is like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
And you're going to be on the floor or in the toilet bowl.
Yeah, that's why I don't get too crafty when it comes to that maneuver.
Oh, you couldn't do it. You're too meaty.
That is definitely for like some skinny 100-pound yoga chick.
That's kind of what I was figuring it's got to be, yeah.
And she barely poos anyway.
Right.
Yoga poo.
These tiny little, they're like little rabbit pellets.
It looks like one of those little, you ever seen those little Cadbury eggs? They have the little tiny ones.
That's
Yeah.
even too big.
All she had was salad.
That little one. Bloop. That's it. I wear goggles in the shower to avoid getting soap in my eyes.
Aww.
I don't know if that's weird.
It's different.
It's different.
I don't think a lot of people do it.
So do you ever soap your eyes?
Soap your eyes, meaning
Like you have to
rub
get
soap
soap
over your eyes.
around your eye, right? Like
Yeah, that's probably what they do. They probably put it around. You'd have to deal with the strap as well. That'd be kind of tough. And I think even washing your hair would be challenging if you had goggles
yes,
on.
very challenging.
So that's why it's kind of weird.
And look, I love goggles. I do. I just have never done it.
Somebody else said, I cut my food with scissors. I've seen people do that with pizza. We've done that when we can't find the pizza cutter. We just get the scissors out and chop that thing right up.
They do that in the movie Cobra, starring Sylvester Stallone.
Really?
He cuts pizza with scissors.
Oh, he
Because
does?
he doesn't have time for a knife.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll use scissors when I'm cooking, but not like after it's cooked.
Yeah, I think it seems kind of weird if you do, but hey, you do you.
I use scissors to cut wigs on my head sometimes.
Somebody said, I hate the triangles that hang from the ceiling in Target. I avoid walking under them. That is kind of interesting. If you've got like a little, like some people are that way with cracks. Some people have got little things, even like driving. I know with bridges, people have a lot of hang-ups with just things that are out there that kind of weird people out, and they just avoid them like.
A big part of, as a kid, a big part of my therapy, because I kept on blowing kisses and winking to God, anything that was on a line. For example, you see this bird sauce? If that bird sauce was leaning on that line, I had to move it. If not, oh my gosh, it would cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's like, I think, OCD type stuff.
It is.
Yeah. A lot of people have to do that kind of stuff.
Sometimes some of that stuff where you can't go underneath something, it is a form of OCD.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else said, my husband uses his toenail clippings to pick between his teeth.
Okay.
You're just gross.
That
A
is.
couple people said that.
That's
He's not the
rough.
only one.
Come on.
He's not the only one, Virginia.
So you're getting the plaque out, but now you're putting bacteria from your foot?
Yeah.
And I don't even know if you're getting that much plaque out.
Oh
you
my
need
gosh.
to get.
You need to get some floss and stop it right now.
Okay, so we asked on Instagram, what do you do that other people would think is weird? One person said, I give a name to every tree I walk past.
Oh, I like that.
Sounds kind of like a Denny
sweet.
thing.
That is a weird.
Hello, Marvin. Hello, Frank.
Seems like it would be time consuming, though.
Well, it's just, you know.
Well, the trees are your friends.
Yes, that's right. They've got feelings, too. Someone else said, I still carry a checkbook, and so many people think that that is weird.
That's not weird.
Carrying a checkbook today. Depends upon who your friends are, maybe. Everybody's
I
gone
mean,
to plastic and electronic.
There's some things that you need to write a check for. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I still can't live in a world checkless.
Mm-hmm.
I want to. I'm bringing everybody to Venmo and Zelle and all that, but
Yeah.
it's people are kicking and screaming. They don't want to go.
Yeah, some people like that tangible.
I know. I get it.
Someone else said, I rock myself to sleep.
I smack my feet and legs onto the concrete if I can't sleep, and it tires me out. It's like the pain and the.
Yeah, that does seem weird.
It is weird, but
Yeah.
it really actually works sometimes when I have insomnia. And no, I'm not trying
So
to.
the pain exhausts you, maybe.
Yes, and I know some people have said in the past, "Oh, Bird trying to self-harm himself." It's not about that at all.
Yeah.
It's just about me getting exhausted.
tires you out.
It really does.
Yeah. Could you maybe have somebody just come in punch you in the face a lot?
I would prefer maybe a smacking, not a punch.
Oh, okay.
I'm available.
I wonder, could we do a video of Jbird's having insomnia? Could Denny's come in and just slap him silly?
He wouldn't go hard enough.
Yeah, you're right. He's not a good choice.
Unfortunately, I do have
Can
to
we get
feel.
Virginia to come in and slap you silly?
Get a couple drinks in her, and then she would slap the
Oh, my
crap out of
goodness.
me.
Yeah. One of them Four Locos.
Never again. She's never allowed to have a Four Loco ever again.
Worse than the claw?
Worse than the claw.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought they might be.
Still working on that blog. You'll see.
Okay. Somebody else said the weird thing I do, I fold my ears in and they will actually stay. I guess they go somehow and
Yeah,
hook their ears in.
I'll take my
Yeah.
earlobe, put it in the hole of my ear, fold it like a burrito, and then I will flick it, and it gives me like a little base into my scalp.
Oh, that's weird.
It is weird, but it's kind of relaxing.
Some people can do that. Have you ever seen somebody that can take their eyelid and flip it inside out?
Yes.
Oh, that's so weird.
It's creepy because it's like red and bloody under
Yes.
there.
I don't like it. It's usually the same girl that can take the lizard and put that as an earring.
Oh yeah. They massage the lizard.
I don't
and
like
put
that
him in
move.
that trance or whatever.
I do not like it.
Somebody else texted in and said, I watched Dr. Pimple Popper after a stressful day to decompress. That's a weird thing that I do.
Oh, I don't know. I don't like to see pimples of people that I don't know. I like to pop like my family's pimples, but I don't want to see strangers' pimples.
Do you ever take warm food and press it against your face?
No.
Just a little bit. No. Neither do I.
We know you do. You love warm cheeseburgers on your face.
Especially as a kid.
Somebody said, while people are speaking to me, I silently spell everything out in my head.
Oh, that's
That would be
time-consuming.
tough. Wow. Somebody else said, I have my spices in alphabetical order in my cabinet. I appreciate that. I love
That's
that.
a Kevin thing
That
right
is
there.
totally my thing.
That's your own OCD.
Oh, that's a great idea. If I were into cooking, I would totally do that. Somebody said, I talk to caterpillars and butterflies while I'm gardening, and when people hear me, they think I'm insane.
Aw.
Okay, that sounds like fun. And Ron from Port St. Lucie, he says people look at him like he's all weird because he has to get in his car from the passenger side because his door's broken. If you got a beat down car,
I've
it
had
will
to
make
do
you look
that.
like you are weird.
I've totally had to do that at points in life.
Yes. Oh, I remember when I didn't have air conditioning, I'd roll my window down, the sprinklers out, and I'd stick my head out the window like a dog and be so refreshing.
Water.
until I got hit by that egg water. You ever had that? Like,
You smell like farts. Sweat and farts.
Oh, it's just the worst look. I was disheveled and I smelled like farts. Just terrible stuff. It's better or worse, more or less. It's a game of self-perception where you reveal how you rate yourself against other members of the KVJ show here. So one person here on the show, I almost said Joe.
KV Joe.
That's not the first time someone said that before.
I know. One person on the show has asked 5 questions here to compare yourself against another specific member of the show. Now we've had Dennys having to size himself up against me, Virginia with the bird. Then Dennys had to size himself up against the bird, and then Virginia was giving her thoughts against Suits last week. So who will it be today? Now we each have a corresponding number on the dice here. Goes in order on KVJ, me 1, Virginia 2, Jbird 3, Dennys 4, Suits 5.
Oh, yeah. Kevin's number 1.
Oh, yes.
I'm number 2.
Okay, let's see. So it is number 5, so it's Suits.
Oh, Suits.
Suits is going to be sizing himself up against me.
Oh, uncomfortable.
Okay. I love this kind of
You
stuff.
guys haven't gone against each other yet.
No, we haven't. No, we're going to probably do about every single pairing that you can possibly do here. So we've got that many different options here as we kind of get through this whole thing.
Break him. He needs to be broken. Oh, here he is.
What the hell are you saying, bro?
He's the one talking.
Oh, never mind. Maybe I'm just broken.
Kevin's listening.
Yeah, I just have to sit here and take it. If you guys have any questions too that you want to interject, I hate to always hog this. You guys can if you want one. I've got a few are in here. We will start with this Suits. You seem like look how coiffed he is. He always has himself put together. I mean, his name is Suits over here. I myself, though, I don't wear suits, but I try to make sure that I'm well coiffed. Who would you say, though, between the two of us is more gross? Are you more or less gross than I am? What do you think? What to say?
So that's tough because you are like such a germaphobe and so like regimented with everything. You got the hair always perfect since you did all that stuff. I mean,
Thank
I'm
you,
not,
hair club.
I mean, I'm not necessarily gross by any means. I'm kind of the same way you are. I try to take care of myself. I try to make sure I'm looking good, but this is awful. I have to say Kevin because he's such a germaphobe with everything. I mean, I got to go with Kevin.
So Kevin's more gross?
No, Kevin is less gross.
I'm less gross.
He's less confusing as well.
Poor Suits is nervous.
Oh, I know.
I mean, he's the boss.
I know.
Get him, Suits. Get him.
That's a score. Yeah, come on, man. I mean, give it to me.
Give it to
I mean,
him.
I'm asking for this. This is my game over here.
Yeah, you're making me do this.
Okay, next question here. Suits, what do you think about general intelligence? Are you more or less intelligent than I am?
So, in a lot of ways, you're definitely a smart guy. I mean, I've definitely seen it. You follow trends of everything.
See, look how he did.
Answer the question.
It's a good, it's a good way to kind of like ramp it up and lay it on thick.
I feel like I have more general knowledge about things than you. Like
cruise ships, no doubt.
No, I mean
NASCAR, absolutely.
From cruise ships, like I know geography very well. That
Yep.
like random things about that because I just have studied all that stuff. From you know, I'm generally I think I'm pretty good at math, and I would say that's a weaker point for you there, Kevin. So
yes,
I
no
would
doubt.
say I think that I got an edge on that.
Okay, all right, that's a good answer there, Suits. You're only 3 questions away from getting off the hot seat here.
Oh, is that all?
So Kevin's dumber than you is what you're saying.
I'm less intelligent. Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. Hey, there are no wrong answers. This is just all eye-opening to see because we all do. We all size ourselves up against other people, especially the people that we work the most close with. Suits, what do you think when our careers are said and done? I've run my course and retired, and you've run your course and retired. Who do you think will have wound up being more successful in broadcasting, you or me?
Man, that's tough. I mean, you obviously have been very successful. You know, I think I've got a long way to go.
Yes. I mean, you're a young pup. You know, did you know he's the hot rockin' flamethrowing night jock here on WRMF?
Well, he's also doing traffic for now.
He does traffic. He also, by the way, has a NASCAR show.
I do.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of stuff he does here, so
I feel
multifaceted.
like I'm confident in my ability to get into motorsports and do all that and be like on that platform. And I think Kevin is very successful, but I think that I'm going to, at the end of my career, maybe be a little better.
Yeah, you're going to be more successful than me. I hope you will be.
I mean, I feel like I can't bet against myself.
We hope when you have a show, phones do work.
What you dream of, you
We
know?
hope when you have a show, all microphones are always working.
One can dream, Bird. One can dream.
Okay, do you guys have any questions you want to fire at Suits here? I don't want to hog all of them. I do have more if you don't.
Who do you think in the looks department is better? Do you think you or Kevin are just generally better looking?
Okay.
So, I mean, Kevin's in the gym. He's really put in the work, you know, and he's in shape more than I am, you know. I keep trying to get into that, but I just don't seem to have that motivation as much. It's been a struggle, whereas Kevin really does that well. So I got to give the nod to Kevin.
Okay. All right.
Who is the worst when it comes to dealing with people as a people person?
Kevin.
Kevin's worse.
I think so.
Explain why.
I just think that I have a little more patience for certain situations with people.
Short fuse roasted.
Wow, look at it.
Yeah. Don't get something done, get a backhand around these parts.
Don't make me angry, Suits. All right, Suits, you've answered 5 questions. Very nice. You're off the hot seat.
He's so sweaty.
It's not
yeah.
easy.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job, my friend. Very nice. Coming up here in just a little bit, I have been waiting for this for quite some time. These Orlando party stories that happened. There's a couple things that I heard Friday night. Virginia tanked down a couple of 4 locos and then was hugging everybody and then started yelling at people who were trying to hug her.
No, she wasn't hugging everybody. She was hugging the host of the party who's getting married. She was hugging her. I mean, bear hugging her. I love you, I love you. And then on a dime. I don't want to be hugged anymore. Why are you hugging me? Stop hugging me. I don't want to be hugged.
Jbird, who had to stay in the same room as Virginia, said she was sleep farting again. I can't wait to hear a little bit more about that.
I mean, there's not much more to say other than, damn.
Yeah. And the big question, where did Jbird spend Saturday night? There are a lot of questions
Really?
Yeah.
to address here.
I was told that you didn't sleep in your assigned bed.
I didn't.
I'm just wondering what went on.
Virginia trying to make drama out of nothing.
Where was the bird sleeping on Saturday night? This big old house with like 30 people, including a lot of hot young girls.
So young, so
Okay.
hot.
Well,
They
20.
weren't that young.
Yes.
Come on.
All right, we'll catch up with all the things that happened for the big party weekend in Orlando coming up next. Well, we'd heard a lot about this Orlando party weekend that was going to be going down. Virginia and Jbird were going up. There was his house that somebody rented out. Like 30 people were going to be able to stay there. This thing had like all these amenities to it.
14 rooms. It was a big old mansion. And we think it's out in Orlando. We think this whole section are kind of like mansion models. They do this on purpose. Because if you notice, they all look slightly like they were from a movie. It didn't look like real houses.
Yeah, it looked like maybe all of them are party houses to rent.
And they're beautiful.
Okay, really?
Gorgeous houses.
But I was looking, because when I left, I was looking at the neighbors, and they were like kind of milling around in the front lawn. I think that they were like traveling too. They were going to one of the theme parks. I don't think they lived there.
It felt like the Truman Show.
Interesting. In Orlando, you might be able to do that with the amount of tourism that they have there, that you'd be able to find large groups that would come and want to get a house to stay. And
Did you ever hear from Jim how much that house cost?
I never did, no.
I wanted to ask him, and I forgot. I'm just curious, like per night,
Yeah.
what do they charge for a 13-bedroom mansion with a gymnasium and a movie theater
Wow.
and a swimming pool with a slide? And they even had a bed outside by the pool. Like, this thing was sweet.
anybody sleep in that?
Not that I saw.
Okay.
I just texted Jim. I'm waiting to hear back from him. I'm like, hey, I'm working on that blog. Are you sure I can release that? I just want to make sure it's cool with everybody.
So you've got some video from...
I have a lot of video.
You do? Okay. So some of the stories that we've heard a little bit about right now is Friday night. Virginia was only up there because she had to come back for the chili cook-off, which, considering she was farting in her sleep Friday night, chili probably wasn't the best remedy for her on Saturday. So she got some Four Locos, and she started, because what it was kind of like a combo bachelorette party. So,
Which I love, by the way.
yes. So Virginia is like just feeling the Four Loco. It's flowing through her veins.
I'm loco.
She's loco 4 times over at least, and she's got a lot of love for the bachelorette. She's hugging her, and then somewhere it flipped, and Virginia then all of a sudden is like, don't touch me, get away from me.
Yes, it's pretty much just like that. It was highly uncomfortable, and I left the room because I couldn't even. If I had to leave the room, it was
Who
uncomfortable.
did she say this to? Was this the person she had been hugging?
Yes, Jim's fiance.
She had been hugging her, and
Bigfoot's
then,
fiance, yes.
and then all of a sudden, don't hug me.
Well, I just think Virginia had a little bit too much of the loco.
She's a little crazy.
I felt bad.
Okay.
I apologized the next morning. I felt bad, too.
You did. She almost got out of there without apologizing. She's like, I was like, you better go talk to her real quick. Just say goodbye. Just see what happens.
Yeah, okay. So was there anything else that happened on Friday night?
No, she just passed out and was farting in her room.
Okay.
That's pretty much really the report.
What time did
I slept in that room as well.
What time did the loco-fueled monster finally crash out?
She crashed about 2A.
Oh, wow. Okay. So she got after it.
The Tasmanian devil goes hard and then just falls asleep.
Yeah. I fell asleep about 2:30, and then I woke up about 4:15 a.m., and I was the only one up, and I'm just walking around this mansion, just lurking.
Oh.
Couldn't sleep.
Oh, that's tough.
It was tough.
Yeah. Okay. That's not fun. Okay. So that was Friday night. Was there anything else that was exciting that happened on Friday?
It was that murder mystery thing we did.
Oh, yeah.
But
Okay.
it was at the actual house.
Right.
And everyone was drinking, so I feel bad for the actors.
So, because it's hard
Just,
to
it was
have
so
anybody
hard.
focus.
Well,
And,
I was
yeah.
confused. I thought I was supposed to be, like, the one guy was British, and then he asked me a question. I thought I was supposed to do improv with him. I guess you're not supposed to. I was British.
You tried to get in on the act?
I did.
Look at me. Look at me. It's not about these actors. I, too, am an actor.
I was trying to upstage the actor. But I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I didn't have Four Loko, but I had other things.
Okay. All right. Then you guys went to a theme park on Saturday?
Yes. We went to Epcot.
Yeah.
Then came back, and then I ended up leaving on Sunday morning
Okay.
with Panda.
All right. So Saturday night, Virginia was saying that she'd gotten a report that you may not have stayed in the room that you were assigned to. You stayed somewhere else.
Panda told me, he's like, Bird never came home. He never came up to the room. I don't know who or where he slept with.
Well, first of all, Panda was at a different level than anybody else, meaning he was sober.
Okay.
So he wanted to go to bed, and I wasn't going to go to bed yet because I'm like, one of the people not in charge, but I'm one of Jim's best friends.
Trying to make out.
I'm the kidney brother. No, Virginia, I wasn't trying to make out with anybody. If you want to get down to it, I know. I ended up passing out in the movie theater watching a movie, and that's about as crazy as it got.
By yourself?
Jim was in there. A guy named Teddy was in there. A girl named Tiffany was in there.
What was Teddy wearing?
Teddy is married.
I don't care.
I wish Teddy would wear a teddy.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking.
Yes, Teddy.
Yeah, but to answer her, no, I didn't hook up with anybody. No making out.
All right. Okay.
What a shame.
So I guess you'll be able to experience the video blog that will show more detail of the events that went down in Orlando.
Yeah, we stopped filming on Saturday.
You did? Okay. All right. There were tears, I heard.
No, it's not. No, there's always tears at some of those things.
Okay.
Yeah, tears from me.
Okay. All right.
It happens.
Oh, I
You
hear
get
you.
that intoxicated, sometimes you cry.
Yeah, I hear you.
You were basically at one point crying about stuff I can't even talk about. Yeah, real fun Friday night.
Okay. All right. That video blog is one of the many things you can see. We got lots of videos posted up on our YouTube. Just go for the KVJ Show to see it. Oh, man. Talk about partying right. It's kind of crazy. Somebody said here on our Facebook page, Karen said, yeah, I'm part of a group who rents homes around the country for 311 shows. We were renting a mansion for Vegas for 311 Day next March. It's always a great time.
Wow.
So I guess that is a thing that you can, and so that's an interesting concept there. So I guess if you're a big fan of the band 311, then they probably have like a group, you know, if you're on one of those things, I'm in the 311 fan club, where it's like, hey, we've got rooms in this mansion. You can come to Vegas and stay with other 311 fans in this mansion. And
I mean, it's certainly a fun concept because, I mean, none of us could afford to live in a mansion like that. None of us will ever live in a mansion like that. I don't think I've ever been in a mansion like that. But for one night or two nights, you can live like the fancy people.
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it was pretty fun.
There was soda.
It's a cool concept.
There was like 19 different little refrigerators all through the mansion, and every one of them was stocked with soda and beer.
Ooh.
Well, that was your friend Jim did that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that was the kind of weekend. It was
That
just
is
so
kinda cool.
cozy.
Yeah, everywhere you went, there was so much food and drink and fun and games, and it was really cool the way they set it up.
Well, if you've been to a party, you've probably seen some bizarre things happen. That's just kind of the way it goes. You know, people show up, they want to cut loose. There's some intoxicants that might be floating around, causing people to do or say weird things. So a lot of people on Facebook were letting us know what it was that they'd seen at a party. Katie's on here from Stewart. You went to one of those furry parties, Katie?
Yeah, so it was my college roommate and I. We just knew a guy from the coffee shop that we went to, and so he invited us over to his furry party. It was just like a regular house party, but with just a bunch of furries. And there was out back a bunch of guys sitting at a table, and they were smoking catnip out of a hookah.
What?
Catnip?
Catnip.
Catnip?
Yeah, legitimate catnip.
Wow.
Whoa.
Was that because they ran out of other stuff, or they just were really yearning for catnip?
It was just catnip.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, if you're dressed as like a cat, do you guys do what cats do? You smoke catnip? I don't know.
Yeah, it was wild.
Did they get wiggy or were they having fun?
I mean, it's just a weird group of people in general. So
Yeah. Wow.
there's a lot of weird stuff happening
Yeah.
all over, but that was, just one of the things.
That would get your attention if you were kind of there and you're like,
Is that catnip?
Yeah. I mean, first off, let's not forget, first of all, it's a furry party, so they're probably in some kind of like mascot costume.
And they're probably, in character. I'm furry. Let me get my catnip.
And then you got a hookah, which is, kind of weird to look at, too.
And when the catnip finally kicked in, that's when it really got weird.
I know what it does to cats. Is catnip, yeah.
It's got to do something crazy to a human.
Yeah, what does it do to humans?
Huh. Wow, okay. All right. The weirdest, craziest, funniest thing you've ever seen happen at a party. Chrissy said that I was at the end of the school year teacher party in Louisiana, and Somebody got a little too excited and forgot to go to the bathroom and pooped on the dance floor.
Oh,
That's
man.
tough. That's a tough one.
It's tough.
Tough to moonwalk through.
Yeah. Another comment said, a buddy of mine started up a push mower on the carpet in his pal's finished basement. Chunks of carpet start flying everywhere.
Ooh.
That's tough. That's tough.
Why? This is so rude.
That's got to be just, again, the stuff going through your system.
Yeah, it is. And you're like going, this seems like a great idea. Or you just want to, do something that's going to make a story. Firing up a lawnmower in a basement, yeah, that might do it. Patricia said, I saw a guy try to do a flaming shot and his whole face caught on fire.
Oh, my gosh.
That's how. I've seen that at a couple of those flaming Dr. Peppers.
We lit a wall on fire. Remember that?
Yeah, we did. We almost burnt down the icebox.
I did, I don't know if I should say it. I attempted to do a backflip over a fire, and they're doing a barbecue bonfire kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And they had this trampoline. And I tried.
You don't know how to do backflips.
That was the issue.
Yeah, that's problem number one.
And my back landed halfway in the fire, so I'm like, it was a mess. Again, don't do that kind of stuff.
If you are setting up a party, there's a couple things that like I've walked in and before I've seen the same thing. If you see a bonfire and a trampoline, it's a recipe for disaster. You just know something horrible is going to happen tonight.
There's going to be one guy.
Yeah, when you walk into a party and there's a trampoline and a bonfire, it's going to be a crazy night.
And in my defense, half the party was loving it, half the party was trying to stop it, so I was torn.
Lacey said, I saw a guy put a cigarette out in a beer can. A couple minutes later, another guy comes by, picks it up, and chugs it.
Oh, no.
And he was kind of like hoping nobody saw him, but he did.
Nobody saw it.
Nobody saw that happen. Oh, man. Nicholas said, I saw a dude try to urinate in the corner of somebody's apartment. He got tackled, thrown outside, and then passed out in his own urine.
Oh, that's not a good look.
He got teabagged.
How do you apologize the next morning? There's so much to go through.
Wow. Somebody else said, I puked in my roommate's fish tank.
Oh.
That's tough.
For the fish.
If you're a fish and you're swimming around and you're probably like looking out the tank, you're like, oh man, this is not gonna end well for us tonight.
It can't get worse than this.
Or are you like sweet chum?
Oh gosh,
Let's hope not.
It's a good question though.
Yeah, I just hope that's not happening. Nancy said, yeah, we were throwing a yard party and this couple was dry humping out in the middle of the yard. Our black lab got out of the house, ran over to the couple, and became the caboose on the train. The whole crowd started clapping and cheering.
I mean, technically, the thing we saw was a party at the bar. The person we used to work with completely just getting
Busy.
Yes, on the boat, looking out at the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a boat party.
The boat was docked at the bar. The people were at the bar watching the boat, and the boat was a-rocking.
That was just a weird night in general.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. Another comment here, the weirdest, craziest thing you saw at a party. Jenna said, I'm not sure what happened, but I was woken up by SWAT at gunpoint and asked to go outside. Now that's a party.
Yeesh.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's ever been in cuffs from a party?
Yeah.
I never went to jail, but I was in cuffs.
Oh, you were? Okay.
I was 20 years old, and I got caught with a beer in my hand. And for some reason, I told the cop I was 21. And I basically lied about being 20 years of age, but I was trying to say I was 20. It was confusing. And he said, why are you lying to me about your age, son? I go, I don't know, officer. I'm drunk. I think he's still an officer in Jupiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a college party where I lived my sophomore year, and it was on the second floor, and we got a noise complaint. About the fifth one, the cops showed up en masse. There were about 3 cop cars that showed up. They started knocking on the door. Somebody yelled cops. There were a lot of underage kids in there because I was just a freshman going into a sophomore. People were jumping out the windows of the apartment as the cops were trying to wrangle everybody up. People were scampering up trees. 5 people attacked the cop car and were trying to flip it over.
What the hell?
It was
I
high university, baby.
What the hell?
It's not a party there until they bring out the pellet guns. Those beanbag guns, or they stun people.
You're flipping a cop car?
Yeah, I kind of just slinked away.
Good for you.
You've lost your mind at that point.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what's good. This is.
Were you guys doing?
I'll just come back in a week.
You guys doing catnip?
Somebody said, by the way, catnip does not do anything to you. They're
Okay.
saying yes.
So they're just smoking.
Just smoking it for fun?
Yeah.
All right,
someone,
For the flavor?
Where do they smoke before the catnip?
someone texted in and said all it does is make you gag and cough. I was out of weed and decided to give it a shot. It's gross.
Thank you for telling us, because somebody would have tried it if we didn't have resolution to that.
Do not try no catnip.
Do not do it. It's gross and it doesn't get you anything.
So he just texted and said the funniest thing I saw at a party. There's this guy and he's grabs a bottle and he's like going to go, yeah, and he's going to club himself over the head and be like, I'm an animal. But he grabbed a Corona bottle and it was sick. He goes, yeah, boom, and just knocked himself out.
I'm a nerd. People are so dumb when they drink.
I feel like this is an awesome party.
I'm an animal.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
I mean, just saying it out loud sounds really bad. Your husband groped a waitress?
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's just right away. You hear that and you're like, okay.
It's
all right.
gone south.
It's gone south. I mean, imagine if we were in a situation here and you're telling us this story, Virginia, about how Panda gropes a waitress. It's probably not going to have a questionable outcome. It's going to be like going, dude, bad move.
Unless I'm waiting tables, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Molly, though, has got a little bit more around this story that is kind of making it confusing for her. Now, not only did he grope a waitress, he got arrested for this, Molly?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, all right. So how did this all happen? What went down? And where are you now? And what is your husband saying about this?
Well, what he said was that he mixed his new medication with alcohol.
Okay.
He says that he swears he doesn't even remember doing it. Which, I mean, he did just get on Xanax, so that's true. They said it got caught on video, and that just feels so weird to me.
So,
Like, why would that be being recorded?
well, I think
It
it's
happens.
just,
I mean, there's cameras everywhere nowadays. Pretty much everything's being recorded.
Yeah, I mean, because they want situations like this where if somebody's trying to say I did or I didn't, then they've got proof. And so, yeah, you've got.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is fighting a couple of them right now, and it's all video footage from inside restaurants.
And isn't he like trying to
bars.
say he didn't do it? And
He's-
they're like going, dude, we got footage kind of
Yeah,
thing?
that's exactly what's happening.
Wow. This went down like when it happened. Was there a big ugly scene that went with this groping here, Molly?
You know, I don't even know. He says that I don't really have any sort of information on what actually
So
happened.
you
He's
weren't
not-
you weren't with
he
him
said
when
he
this
doesn't
happened?
Remember? No, I wasn't. He said he was going out with friends.
Who was
Oh,
with
geez.
him? Was anybody with him that you can talk to?
You know, I think maybe like one person, but the people that he was naming off, I don't even recognize any of the names. Like the whole thing sounds so weird. Like he said that they got it on camera, which to me makes it sound like something else had gone on before that, so that people would want to record. And that's why he got arrested, was because they showed the video when the police showed up.
I don't know. It sounds like
He says he doesn't remember any of it at all, and like he's apologizing, but it's just
yeah, he might not, but I mean
the whole thing feels wrong.
right. Well, I mean, and the fact too is that I mean, he went out. He's the one that like alcohol's not something that is prescribed to you, and to go out there and I don't know, like if he's doing Xanax now, I mean,
Drinking.
how many people don't know that you really should not have alcohol on top of the Xanax? And does this give you an excuse, being like, oh, okay, you know, it sounds like he was out with the boys and probably popped down to too much alcohol, got a little loopy, did something. It sounds like he did it. If they've got video
got it on
and they're
video.
standing by and he was arrested for it.
Ugh, this is just messy. I mean, hopefully you're lawyered up by now, and you need to probably like figure out what you're going to do from here. Did he have to spend the night in jail? Like, how'd that all work out?
I got a call at like 12 in the morning to go pick him up and give him bail.
Wow.
So it was still technically kind of early in the night.
Okay. Well, what is your feeling on this, Molly? Like, if you really just kind of like in your, heart of hearts in your gut, where do you feel the responsibility lies? He's got this excuse, which I got to tell you, in my house, it ain't going to fly. Like, it's not going to get me any kind of like forgiveness on this. Like, my marriage is seriously on the rocks if this is me.
But I get it. You do ridiculous, insane things, trust me, when you're on, a bunch of alcohol and then you add a Xanax to that.
But does he get a pass?
I don't think he gets a pass. I think he's still responsible for whatever legal ramifications will now play out.
I know I'm not getting a pass.
You need to get a lawyer and have them help you navigate this. That's for dang sure.
So what about with you, Molly? Does he get a pass, or where are you taking this? And is this something that seems standard, that have you had problems with your husband before?
He's usually really tame. I am having a really tough time. Like, I should probably forgive him as far as relationship goes, to try and keep everything together and keep things civil and whatnot.
Yeah.
Sanity reasons. But at the same time, like, I haven't even, I hear that there's a video. He's told me there's a video. I haven't even seen the video. But already, like, I've heard when, like, our little friend group has started hearing about it, and you go out and there's just people have heard and there's gossip. Like, I don't feel like I could forgive him. I feel like I would probably have to tell him that I do.
Well, it's hard to come back from.
I don't feel like I could, honestly, at all.
Yeah.
Well, how fresh is this? When did this happen?
Just a few days ago, like early on in the week.
All right. So it's really fresh right now, and you're really hurt, and you're really pissed, and I get it. You have every right to be all of those things, but you got to give this a little time, and don't make any immediate permanent decisions while you guys are going through this whole process. Let this play out how it's going to play up. He needs to be responsible for what happened, and he needs to, fulfill his obligations for the arrest and whatever apologies he owes this girl. You do need to see the video, by the way, because you need to be informed and know what you're talking about.
How does this play in the Sinicki household with Panda? This for him. What happens?
I mean, I'd be pissed because you've embarrassed me. You've embarrassed us. But again, I know what alcohol and Xanax can do to a person firsthand.
I get it.
I'll tell you that sometimes it makes you do things that are not within your character. And I think you have to ban him for Xanax. He can never have Xanax again. He's
what
just
if
not
he's
allowed.
like prescribed though?
I'm sorry, you're not allowed.
He can't like just be like, hey, you're not drinking any more alcohol.
You can't.
I mean, if he needs the Xanax.
But the Xanax is the controlled substance that you have to get a prescription for.
Sure, but some doctor thought like, hey, you need this.
I don't think he needs it. If he did this on Xanax, I would tell him
alcohol?
He can't have Xanax anymore. I don't want to take everything from the man.
Well, you give him a Xanax. That's all you need. Just no alcohol, dude.
What would he have a harder time kicking, alcohol or Xanax?
Oh, alcohol.
Yeah, I think like most men, I mean, he's new to Xanax, so it's not going to hurt him to take it away and say, look, if this is what happens, you can never have Xanax again.
Okay. All right. Defying doctor's orders. Why
What
are
do I
doctors
know?
not prescribing alcohol?
I think Xanax is a dangerous drug.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it puts you like really in a really weird headspace and like super sleepy.
Apparently it must make you horny.
I guess everybody's different. It makes me go to bed.
Okay. Okay, if you're Molly, do you forgive her husband who was on Xanny? Well, there's a lot of drug talk around here, isn't there?
Yes.
He was prescribed Xanax, had a little bit of alcohol to go with it. Apparently then got a little touchy-feely with a waitress. Cops are called. He's arrested. He's out with some friends that she doesn't really know, which that maybe is part of it, too.
I like hearing Kev talk like a drug lord. She had Xanny.
Yeah, I really know nothing about this kind of stuff. Nothing. So, yeah, how bad is it? I don't even know. Some of the texts coming in, somebody said, have you ever seen somebody drunk on Xanax? They don't care about a single thing, nor will they remember any of it. Somebody else said I took half a Xanax and drank when I was like 19. That was 12 years ago. Literally, I remember nothing. It's like Men in Black erased my memory more so than a regular alcohol night. It terrified me. I don't think what he did defines his character, but he still has to take responsibility for his actions.
Right.
You're not kidding about that kind of pill, Xanax. It's really a dangerous drug if you're not careful with it. It's not for everybody.
And they say don't drink and be on Xanax. So it's a bad combo.
It's a terrible combo.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, I'm a pharmacy tech and Xanax is a Schedule 4 substance. It's not a controlled substance. I dispense it all day. I strongly believe marijuana and Xanax needs to swap places. I think Xanax should be a Schedule 1, which classifies it as highly addictive. I've seen too many crazy things with that drug.
That is a 110% accurate statement right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. So a lot of people who have had experience with it are saying, yeah, you got to watch this stuff.
You do. It's like the Ambien. You got to watch it. It'll get you.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, mixing that with alcohol if you don't know what you're doing. So do you forgive a guy on this? And how, much do you give Molly's husband a hard time about this? How does she handle the situation considering what he did? People are saying it's not necessarily giving you forgiveness, but, maybe you do take into account that he did not fully understand what was going to happen to himself. And it was do you give him a mulligan saying, okay, now you know. And next time if you ever get really hammered on and you have your Xanax, you don't get an excuse next time at all.
You don't get Xanax in the future. That's it. You're done with Xanax.
Yeah.
The legal ramifications of him having a Xanax party, no.
Your life can fall apart in a weekend on Xanax.
And it's going to be interesting to see, too, what do these charges mean for him in his future? I mean, how serious are the charges? What exactly did he do? Was it just goosing somebody, or did he get really loose and completely inappropriate?
You need to see that video. As his wife, you need to know what went down.
That's going to be a tough watch.
Wow. Stephanie from Lauderdale said, yeah, my ex-boyfriend took a Xanax and drank. I woke up at 5 a.m. He was missing. It took me 3 hours to find him. He was at a drug dealer's stripper-filled house party 30 miles north in West Palm, and he didn't even know how he got there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Kim in the chat room, my ex-friend will take 2 bars and drink 2 bottles of wine. Then she'd want to fight everyone. Yeah, I can see that. It does. It turns you, the one comment, your soul starts to chip away.
Yeah. Somebody's saying, too, if you're Molly and your husband did this, you need to get inventory of who exactly was with him and saying, look, you don't need to maybe be hanging with those kind of people. I don't know what exactly happened, but bad things happen, so you need to take a break with going out with just random dudes and, having a guy's night out. We're going to get crazy. Yeah, you got charges like this. Guy's night might be canceled for a little while. So, I don't know. And consider the alcohol, too. All right, so thank you for your comments. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. There are a lot of crazy stories of what people have done when they've mixed alcohol and Xanax. I would just let
It's
you
a
know.
real thing.
A lot of
They're
crazy
flooding
stories.
the text
Yes.
message machine.
So, bad combination.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news.
Hey, what?
So many people on meth.
Ow!
This sounds like a Xanny alcohol combo. Pretty interesting video. There's a lot of really fascinating videos that we're getting right on that stretch of I-95 that is just maybe a little bit north of, the 195 exit. They got the express lane that's going there, and it always seems like it's northbound, right there in that insane strip. If you ever, driving that way into downtown Miami, all of a sudden you got that express lane, and then you're like driving in a NASCAR race. It all of a sudden turns from, it's, just whatever. You get past the Golden Glades. and, hold on, baby. Here we go.
It is kind of daunting. If you don't do it every day, it's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I'm not ready for this.
It's a challenge. Like, you got to sit up in your seat. You see the Golden Glades, and you're like going, okay, let's get ready because it's about to get real. I'm heading into downtown Miami. Now, the northbound stretch there on 995 is absolutely insane. That's where we've seen the guy who's in the thong that's riding his bicycle.
Yes.
On the side of I-95, like constantly. We're seeing remember the one person who's on the hood of the car?
Yes.
That was in that same stretch. And now there was video that came out on Sunday. There was a woman in a golf cart in the express lane, I-95 northbound, right in that insano stretch.
What the hell?
On I-95, yeah. Apparently, she had gotten a cart from the University of Miami Hospital there. I guess maybe Sylvester, and then boom, hopped onto I-95 and was heading northbound.
On purpose?
Yes. People are making videos. She's got a hospital gown on. She's weaving in and out of traffic.
Oh, she broke out.
Yeah, she did. She was making a run for it. In a golf cart in the express lane on
Girl.
I-95.
Everybody knows you take back roads in a golf cart.
No, well, the fastest way is I-95, Virginia. You can tell she wanted to get there. She was in the express lane.
Oh.
Police eventually caught up with the woman and arrested her and brought her back. So, yes.
Yeah, she might be going back to the mental institution.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
But that's just another interesting video to chalk up there on that stretch.
You're right.
And it's usually on a Sunday, too. I think all these videos were made on Sunday afternoon. So
The Lord's Day.
it really is. I don't know what it is. It's just insano day on that stretch of highway. Well, there was a Popeyes employee in Fairfax, Virginia that was caught making their famous chicken sandwiches on top of a trash can.
Oh, no.
Apparently, the demand was so great, she decided to grab a tray, and it was resting on top of an open trash can. People were making videos and taking photos, and they're saying that's kind of gross.
Yeah.
No one wants to see that. You can't make sandwiches on the trash can.
Well, I mean, the staff's punching themselves in the face out front. A woman just got body slammed in the parking garage. Somebody just rammed a car in the drive-through lane. So you're like going, this probably isn't that bad, right?
And the sandwiches aren't that good.
I still haven't had one.
Overrated, Kevin.
I still have not had one. I have no idea what we're even talking about.
And there's also a guy in New York City says he found half a smoked joint in his Popeyes chicken sandwich.
I saw that picture.
I mean, depending on whether or not you enjoy the weed, it's a great day or a bad day.
It's pretty gross, though, if it's used and all slobbered on.
Yeah. Another bizarre thing you might have seen in traffic if you were driving in Las Vegas, Spider-Man was just cruising along in his car when the cops started chasing him. They finally pulled him over because this guy apparently had a lot of unpaid tickets, and he is now going viral. The cops had to blur out his face in the image. I don't know why they didn't just put his mask on, but the officers have tweeted out a photo, and it has now gone viral to protect his identity. Spider-Man driving with outstanding tickets. And finally, this doesn't seem like a great idea, but maybe you'll see something unique at Paul's in the Park this Saturday at Carlin Park in Jupiter. A man in Mississippi is attempting to create glow-in-the-dark dogs.
The dog would glow?
The dog would glow. He's looking for genetic markers that you would find in jellyfish, and he's trying to breed that into bull mastiffs. So it'd be a very large glowing dog.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Why are we wasting time on this?
What are we doing? Yes, this is a science project in Mississippi. So,
I mean, I'd rather see a flying dog than a glowing dog.
yeah, so that's apparently what he's trying to do with his spare time and his scientific knowledge, making glow-in-the-dark dogs. Be easier to find your dog at night,
True.
but it just doesn't seem like...
Have we checked with the dog? I mean, do they want to glow?
Probably not. Although Chewy's blind and when he walks at night he can't see, glowing would help greatly.
Okay. So
Yeah, but if you're glowing, does it just get in your eyes? Like, you want to be whatever's in front of you glowing, not you.
Yeah, I wonder because, if you look into a light, it affects your vision. If you're glowing, does it make you night blind?
Probably.
I think maybe it might.
All good questions.
Yeah. It's probably about 100 reasons why we shouldn't be doing this experiment, but, you do you, buddy. So there you go. Glow-in-the-dark dogs could be the future.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's really kind of insane just how much TV there is out there to watch. And I think all of our minds are about to explode with just the choices that you've got out there. It really is insane. Like, what are you even going to watch? How do you stay up on how much stuff there is out there to view? It really isn't crazy. There's almost 500 scripted shows that came out in 2018. So what are you going to do? And now today they've got the debut of Disney Plus. all these new shows. Probably got to check The Mandalorian if you're a Star Wars fan on that list.
That's what I'm doing today.
I saw where people watched your Mandalorian last night, and then other people tried to go watch it today, and they're having trouble with the system.
Oh, really?
That's so
Glitches.
annoying.
Oh, gosh.
Glitches.
Yeah, because I had seen that 6 a.m. this morning is when it was supposed to launch, and Jbird said that some people were on social media last night talking about how they had viewed it.
I saw
So-
Lynn
Yeah.
from KVJ Nation. She was viewing it.
I saw people talking about how they watched it last night, but then this morning they were like, wait a minute, we can't watch it. There's glitches.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess you got to figure that kind of stuff might happen.
Because everyone's trying to watch it, especially before work. They're trying
And
to-
if it's too many people, maybe they don't have the capacity to get like bombed with people.
I was supposed to start a diet today, but I think I have to probably put that on hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
it's-
begin
come on,
today?
Star Wars, it's good.
Yeah.
It's-
You can't watch Star Wars without pizza.
exactly. Oh, believe me, I already know exactly what I'm doing.
You got your everything set up.
I totally do, yes.
It's all lined up. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of new shows that are on there to check out right now. The one thing, and I did tell you earlier, go back and listen to the KVJ show, but not everything is going to be on there. There are some other shows, like Coco was one of them that is licensed to Netflix. Thor Ragnarok, and some of those that you think, well, that was made by Disney. It's in the whole. No, it's licensed out to somebody else. So it's not going to be everything. Movies like National Treasure already have contracts for other platforms.
So you told me about National Treasure. That's the Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah.
I was so excited because you sold it so well. So I'm watching it. I'm going, first of all, I'm kind of confused. I feel like they're jumping around, and it wasn't that good. I was watching National Treasure 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
it's-
this movie's
it drops off a little
confused.
bit, yeah. Yeah, it drops off a little bit, yeah. The first one's definitely a good bit better than the second one that they did. So you can check that out, but if you're trying to say, okay, there's just so many shows out there, and I haven't even watched Breaking Bad. Like, I just feel so behind in what everybody talks about, the best shows. There is a list that is out now from the AV Club of the best TV shows of the 2010s. That's really when they start cranking stuff out. I remember once upon a time there was the discussion that they were worried for real legitimate actors because reality TV was taking away all the jobs and gobbling up all of the programming time. Well, now with all these side networks, scripted actors, there's a lot of work for you. In fact, anybody can get a role anymore in something.
I'm telling you, when you get a chance, HBO Succession, I think you and the Queen would thoroughly love that program.
Yeah,
Very good.
Got to start lining some stuff up. Yeah, I've got just a few shows that I'm watching right now, and after football's over, I have that emotional. People probably have that time of year where they get depressed. When football's over, Virginia, it's tough for me. I go into a funk.
That's your depression.
That's my depression time, yes. So I've got to find
I
some
get it.
things that, when the sadness and the realization that football is finally over hits me, I've got to have something else to ramp up with.
Live in the moment, Pumpkin.
I do.
Football is here now.
I'm full of joy.
Don't think about the future.
I'm not. But I do want to have some good shows ready to go. That's the only thing. I'm just trying to prepare myself. I'm not getting depressed now, but when that day hits, I'll be going, you know what? I'm excited. Wouldn't it be amazing if I actually almost start rooting for the end of football, Virginia, so I could get to all these great shows?
You would never.
I would not, but you're
It's a
right.
Betrayal of your soul.
But I think I'm going to hold off on The Mandalorian because it's going to be released weekly. And if I hold off, then if I get the Disney Plus, I could binge it and watch it all. I think the final episode's the end of December, last week of December.
Every time you guys say the name of this thing,
Yeah.
it reminds me of this girl I went to school with. Her name was Amanda Lauren. So I think you're talking about Amanda Lauren.
I'd like to see a show about her, too.
I wouldn't.
Amanda Lauren.
Mandalorian.
I'm just Amanda being Amanda, doing Amanda things. Amanda does not sound exciting to me. I don't know.
She wasn't.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're not going to watch that one then.
I think I am going to watch it because I think there's several Mandalorian or Mandalorians
Yes.
episodes, right?
Yeah, I can't remember how many. It was like 7 or 8. They've already greenlit the second season. So there's definitely going to be another season. The first one's going to run until the end of December.
But do you get them all at once so you can binge them? Or
No,
do you have
That's
to-
what I'm saying. Yeah, it's only one per week. So you're going to get the one that debuted, and I think they have one coming up on Friday. And then after that, it's going to be one new episode every Friday. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I might just hold off on The Mandalorian until we get into the new year and then find out, too, if people love it. And if people are like going, it's a lot, then I'm like, let's find out. I don't want to waste my time.
Mandalorian / pizza party or treadmill and fruit. I think you know where my heart's at today.
Mandalorian.
Oh, yes.
Here are some of the shows that they rank as the best since the 2010s. And these lists are good because if you haven't gotten to them yet, and the more I hear these things, I'm like going, okay, maybe this is something that I'll put on my list. And I do have shows that, I've got my queue list on Netflix to get to. Though some of those shows I'm kind of taking off slowly because I'm like, I don't know if I still feel that one. But I want to find the best of the best. And number 2 on their list is one that my wife is like, you got to watch Mad Men.
Awesome.
She's like, if you haven't, you got to get into that. It was on for like 8 years, from 2007 to 2015.
I kind of blame Mad Men for my drinking sometimes.
Yeah.
They're all drinking. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. They're power players.
Yeah.
They're making it happen. They're not. They're drunk, but they keep it together to get the deal done.
Oh, TV's very influential. When you see that and there's a character you like and whatever they do, you want to be that.
Well, I had to look up because I'm thinking, man, they make these actors smoke a lot. They had to give them fake cigarettes. Those are all fake cigarettes.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, they don't have cancer.
Yeah. You don't want them all to drop dead.
But
next
a big
year.
part of there's a big smoking theme in that as well.
Sure, yeah.
Because there's big in advertising.
Yeah, they did back in the day. Breaking Bad is their number 1 show, the 2010s.
Someone's in the chat room thought you never saw Breaking Bad. You've seen it.
I've seen it, yeah.
Okay.
I've gone through Breaking Bad. Done it once.
You would like a lot of these shows, Virginia. You just, I don't know.
I will tell you, my daughter, she went back and she rewatched all of Breaking Bad because she was excited about it. I think it was El Camino, they called it. And she said it was totally disappointing.
Really?
She said she was so upset that she actually went back and spent all the time watching Breaking Bad to get ready for it. So she was fresh and it was, yes. And I haven't heard a lot of chatter about that one.
Does it stand up?
But El Camino, you say?
Wasn't that the name of the new movie they just came out with, the Breaking Bad movie?
That's the new Breaking Bad movie, El Camino.
Yes. She did not. She was not a fan of it.
El Camino?
Yeah.
I like the car El Camino. Those are sweet.
I like the restaurant El Camino.
Lake Park always had an El Camino. It was a big Lake Park car.
It's a great car. I wish they'd bring it back. They have Atlanta on the list. That is a show that I've seen, but I've not watched yet. They have that at number 3 for the best TV show of the 2010s.
Get a bunch of El Camino comments, by the way. People are liking it. People
Are
say
they?
they did like it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's what people say. I mean, you really think about it, and it is so much word of mouth about what we watch. And to me, it's got to be a landslide of like, you must see this. Like, if you're like, what? You haven't seen Breaking Bad? I'm like, going, okay, eventually. I'm like, I feel like I have to watch it.
If I watch Mandalorian, would you trust me alone with the opinion on, Kev, you should watch it or not?
Yeah, you and I are pretty dialed in our Star Wars thoughts. When you make a comment, I'm like, yeah, I agree with you on that.
Do you want to go
part.
see the latest movie and just hate on it the whole time? We'll sit in the back like the 2 old men from the Muppets.
What if we enjoy it?
There's no way.
Well, if you walk in with that kind of attitude,
Kevin,
there's anything in life, if you walk in determined that you're not going to like it, then you're not going to like it.
That's true. If I walk into an algebra test, I know I'm not going to like that.
Attitude is everything, Bird.
Oh, you need to
You have a bad attitude.
For Loco, you need to slow your roll.
Number 4 on their list, Parks and Recreation. They have on there.
Very good show.
They have The Americans at number 5. And I will tell you, it is a story about these Russian spies who are trying to pose like Americans. I didn't watch, I think, maybe the last 2 seasons. In fact, there's a couple shows that I'm not sure if I'm going to get back on. It's The Americans and Ray Donovan that's on Showtime. Because they had a whole season that was sad and depressing on Ray Donovan. I'm like, I don't need that in my life, so I didn't watch it.
That's what happened with me. I was watching that show 6 Feet Under. Very, very good. But I just noticed it put me into a very dark, depressing state of mind.
Yeah.
It started very, very good. Then 6 Feet Under got a little bit too,
It gets weird. But I mean, it started off depressing, but then I watched it right after my mom died. In the beginning episodes, a funeral with the dad. I'm like,
maybe too close to home.
it was rough.
Some of the other ones that they've got on this list, the best TV shows of the 2010s, according to the AV Club. These are a couple that my 21-year-old son really likes. Bob's Burgers, BoJack Horseman. I think they're kind of like the adult animated, those kind of like feel to it. Very
edgy
subtle.
cartoons.
Edgy, subtle, funny. They got shows like The Good Place, The Leftovers are in there. Fleabag. I've actually heard some things about that. Haven't watched that. 30 Rock is on their list. I never watched it. Anybody here watch 30 Rock?
I have.
Is it good? Is it worth it?
I really like the episodes that I watched, and I just fell off for some reason. But if you got into 30 Rock, it's very mindless, cozy, very light.
Okay. What about Community? Anybody watch that?
I watched some of Community.
Would I like it?
I think you would like 30 Rock better.
Okay.
But I don't think you'd hate Community.
Okay. Better Call Saul is number 15 on their list of the best TV shows of the 2010s.
I'm glad to see Bob Odenkirk getting some.
I hear that's
some
good.
accolades.
That's on my list. Rick and Morty is on their list.
People love that show, man.
Yeah. And then at number 20, they got Veep, which it was 7 seasons. I thought it was well done. I thought it wrapped up well. It's not one of those ones where if you like that really cutting, nasty type of humor where they're just terrible to each other and they say awful things about each other, the put downs are fantastic. I don't know how you won't like Veep.
Can I get an amen for Cobra Kai?
Haven't seen it yet.
It's great. It is
Okay.
fantastic. I would bet. I would stake my whole reputation on it.
Okay, I want to check it out.
Not your whole reputation.
Yeah, I know.
No, not
I know.
that. Bird, it's so risky.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Barry, those are some newer shows they put on that.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, again, all of those, like Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Community, they're all sort of the same kind of vibe, very light.
And if you're wondering about Game of Thrones, be like, where's that? I didn't make the best TV shows of the 2010s. They put it at number 30, and they said it's all because of the final season. They did not wrap it up well, and the person who critiqued this said, I read the books, so I knew what should have been coming or how the writing had been, and they did not do it justice.
The second to last season of Thrones, I thought was probably the best one. I thought it was so good. The one leading up to the crappy season?
Absolutely, yeah, I thought so too. I was so primed and ready to go for the final season. All right, anything that you'd like to throw into the mix, your comments, 877-979-WRMF. You can always hit us up here on the KVJ Show. See, people are still mentioning that the Disney Plus is down the day they launched. They can't get it going.
I mean, I'm seeing comments in real time right now going, I'm trying to watch this crap and it's not working.
Oh, boy.
Man, oh, man.
That is a big mess.
Yeah, I'd like to see what the numbers are going to be on the Disney Plus.
You don't see that kind of mistake from Disney very often.
Well, you would think they were anticipating, they've promoted it well almost everywhere I go, especially people that have kids. There's a lot of conversation about Disney Plus launching today.
They were even running commercials during NFL football this weekend for
Right,
it.
yeah.
So, that's your big weekend audience.
Yeah, so, wow. Coming out of the chute like that.
And not ready.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I'm sure they'll recover after they figure out what the heck is going on, but that's very frustrating for a lot of people who are excited. Could you imagine, too, because I did talk to one person, they took off today to binge watch all the stuff on Disney. Can you imagine you took today off and it's crashed?
You'd be pissed.
Yeah, and they get it, oh, sorry, yeah, we missed Tuesday, but it's all back working tomorrow. Yeah, that would be pretty tough. Yeah, I don't think you'd be very happy
No.
if that went down. Debate about El Camino. Some are loving and hating. It's about 50-50 split down the middle. That's the Breaking Bad movie. Some people didn't like the end of it, so got all kinds of stuff with that.
Such is life. We can't agree on anything.
No, yeah, we can't. That's just life. So that's why when I pick out a show that I'm going to watch, I want to hear it's almost like a Rotten Tomato kind of thing. When I see something in the 90s, I get encouraged. I'm like, okay. That's something that I feel like I'm going to check out. Anything that's less than 90, I'm like, nah.
Oh, I'm just not that way. Give me 70 or over, I'm in.
Really? Okay.
Yes, because there's so many movies I like that
Yeah.
are 16, 70%. If I listened to some of these Johnny-come-latelys, I'd never watch anything.
Yeah, I look at both of them. I look at I look more at the popcorn. That's a people one. That's the one I try to look at.
You see Usual Suspects yet, Virginia?
I did not, because they don't have it on Netflix. I don't know where to watch
It's
it.
okay. I don't think you'll love it.
The Usual Suspects is not on Netflix. I've looked for it.
No, I know it's
I
not-
even asked Panda
Yeah.
to look for it.
Yeah, I saw it because I got that Xfinity and they got all the movies. So I
Yeah,
went
you
into
don't have
that.
demand stuff? How do you not get... All you have to do is hit on demand on your thing, and all those movies you can rent will come right up.
Oh, I'm not paying for it.
I mean, it's $3.99. All right, whatever. You know what?
If I can't get it when I've
Yeah.
already paid for sorry. Kevin just said I'm not going to like it anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Then don't watch it. I am turned off.
Hey, do you want to be more productive at your desk? You want to be able to work better and more efficiently? I've got a secret that they just found, and it's fun, too. Details next.
You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Talking a little bit about Disney Plus, the launch happening today. Really kind of before our eyes, we're seeing a major shift and change. I know cord cutters have been around for a while, and, people like Xfinity are coming up with platforms where it's like, okay, we know you're going to be shifting to these apps, but we're going to provide you with a way to get everything in one viewing with the voice-controlled remote and all those kind of things. So it's really an interesting battle for our attention and for our dollars. And you're like, going, this is great. I cut the cord. Now you're starting to add up the cost of all the apps. Going, wait a minute. Okay.
This is more expensive.
Yes, that's just kind of the way it goes. Welcome to consumerism, Virginia.
Dang, they tricked us.
Yes. Anthony's on here from Lake Worth with a comment about Disney Plus. What do you want to say, Anthony?
Hey, KVJ, how you guys doing?
Good. How you doing, bud?
Good. Huge fan of the show. Thanks for having me on. I work for Center Sales Verizon Wireless over there in Lake Worth and Jog, and I just wanted to say all Verizon customers actually get Disney Plus for free for the first year with their network or with their plan. So that's probably a reason why Disney Plus is having so much glitching, as it relates to all streaming hubs. And when they first initially, get tested, everything's pretty smooth. But once it hits the market and everyone subscribes to it, there's going to be glitches. So, as you know, Verizon is a huge sponsor of the NFL. That's why they were advertising it over the weekend during the NFL football game. But also Verizon customers get it for free. And just a little fun fact, by 7 a.m. this morning, Verizon had 25,000 subscriptions for Disney Plus already. So that could be your reasoning why things are glitching up and getting backed up with the streaming service.
So if you have Verizon as your cell phone carrier, you get that Disney Plus for free for the first year?
Yes, for the first year. So you have to be on an unlimited plan, but you do get it for free. You just subscribe to your My Verizon account, and you'll get it free for the first year from November till November.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
then I get it free because I have Verizon.
Yeah, and they've done crazy incentives like all the way across the board. It seems like everybody's been trying to strike their own deal with, and keep in mind, you still got the HBO coming up. They're going to have their streaming service going to be launching very soon. So they're doing their own incentives with everybody else. So it is all coming. It's crazy stuff. It's just kind of like looking at the prices of some of this stuff too. Like the YouTube TV, that's $50 a month. So some of the other packages are $25. Some you can get as affordable as like $12 or $15. But you start ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. You start adding it up. You're going, oh my gosh, you're going to long for the days of cable when my bill was only $150 a month.
You're right.
Yeah, you're going to feel like you're going to need to buy some of these too. So interesting stuff to see what is going on. It is changing right before our very eyes. Well, if you are working and you'd like to up your productivity, there is actually a fun way to do it. I've told you about how whenever I work, I always listen to music. And I do it, one, because it does lighten the mood. It's like, great, okay, it gives me energy. It really kind of does help with focus. But I've never done any kind of study on it. It's something that I've done.
But sometimes do you ever, for example, if I'm writing something and I'm trying to put it down and I'm listening to lyrics, do you ever you listen to the lyrics, you start writing the lyrics?
Bleed over?
In the middle of your thing?
There are sometimes I do need to hit pause. If I really need a strong focus, especially if I'm writing a well-crafted email or something like that, then I don't want to say something that's, commit to something or make it sound. If it's very sensitive in nature, then I will usually hit pause on the music and be like, okay, let's focus here.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man.
Wait a minute. That sounds like I've heard that before.
Yes.
Oh.
They say half of people listen to music while they work, and it actually makes them more efficient. They say people will finish a task about 3 minutes faster when they're listening to music. They actually did a study on this, and the researchers say it's because listening to music affects mood and mental and physical performance, and the music can function as sort of a white noise, canceling out potentially distracting ambient noise. I agree on that, too. That's when it's good for me, is I'm kind of like just reading through stories super fast. It does kind of help me focus on that. If it's quiet, then I just start... I got like, my mind goes off and I'm thinking about something random.
Sometimes that silence can be so loud.
No, I hear you.
With those thoughts.
Yeah, it's crazy. So maybe a little hack you can try today. Put a little bit of music on while you're working. It is supposed to make you a little bit more efficient. Now, when it comes to our tech, I know they kind of gave a run at this before and it seemed like it failed miserably, but apparently they're going to be trying a round 2. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Apple, just some of the companies that are in on this and believe that smart glasses is the future. Remember the Google Plus glasses that you had?
Yeah, and then they went away.
Yes, exactly. Well, apparently they're trying to ramp it back up again, and they're in production now. All these companies are trying to be the first because they believe that the future is no more screens, no more stuff in your pocket. You put the glasses on your face, you go about your day, and that's how we're going to do things. Now, keep in mind, if you think you're distracted by your phone now, which is in your pocket, imagine when the access to all that information is now on your face, how distracted you're going to be.
We are going to get hit by a bus.
Oh, I'm going to walk into so many canals again.
Yes.
We don't need this.
They say that they believe the future should be we get rid of all screens. Who knows? That might even include in your home. So imagine if you're doing that instead of staring at a wall that has a screen on it, you're just looking through these glasses.
They had that one Black Mirror episode where everybody that is walking outside, you see everyone's like ratio. So if Virginia is annoying people, her like ratio would be like 4.1, and you'd know, okay, 4.1 out of 5. She's clearly kind of an annoying person. I need to stay away from her. And that was the future. You could see everyone.
We all get rated on things.
On your talent and on your personality and what you've done in life.
It could probably even like just look and do a structure of somebody's face. Poor people with resting bitch face might be like, stay away from them.
It's a really good, it's probably my favorite Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, well, it could be the future. That's what they're looking at doing. They hope that every screen will be gone. We'll all just be wearing smart glasses. Now, some of the struggle is, one, getting the tech so that it's got everything that we get, and then some. Plus, you got to make them fashionable. So people are going, oh. And I'm sure Kanye somehow is going to get involved, and he's going to sell his Yeezy tech glasses for about $1 million a pair.
And they're the best glasses of all time.
The best glasses of all time. You got to be wearing these things. You usually think when people are growing at your teenage years, and then by the age of 18, you're pretty much tapped out. There's not really any growing that's going on after that. But what about in maybe your 30s, 40s? Can you grow then?
Is it impossible? In the history of humans, are you trying to tell me not one person in their 30s or 40s grew slightly?
I grew every time I was pregnant. And I don't mean like just my belly. I mean like
Interesting, yeah.
My feet grew. I used to be a size 6.5 all throughout my life, college, 20s. When I had Magnolia, my feet went from a 6.5 to a 7. And then when I had Rocco, my feet went from a 7 to a 7.5. I now wear a 7.5 shoe.
When I first met Dennys, I swear to you, 9-10 years ago, he was slightly taller than me. Barely, but slightly taller. Now I am taller than Dennys. It's not even close.
You tower over.
Are you growing, or is Denny shrinking?
That was exactly what I wrote to Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
But I even when I've gone to get my weight and height with the doctor, they are. I know you say I'm short. They all say 5'11", Virginia. They do.
I could see with the pregnancy thing because hormones. That's something. It's a rush. They're different in your body. That could trigger certain things.
Maybe you're pregnant, Bird.
And there are people that have had, is it like your pituitary gland, or there's something going on? Like, who's the motivational speaker that's a giant?
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
I think he had some kind of like, but it was earlier in life. But yeah, there was something glandular that went on, and that's why he's 8 foot tall. So it's like, that's, so maybe if that got triggered later on in life, then it could happen.
Could you trigger it if you wanted to grow?
Where is that button at? Where's that grow button?
Your pituitary glands, like, I think back the base of your spine, like right by your neck area.
Will you mush it for me so I can grow more?
You got two options, Jbird. What do you choose? You're either going to be 1 foot taller or 1 foot shorter.
1 foot taller? For me personally?
Yeah, you're at about 6 foot. You'd be about 7 foot tall.
I would love it. Yeah, I'd be 6'11" technically. I would love that. You
That'd
kidding
be better
me?
than being 4'11".
Yes. My brother's almost 6'8" and did not like sports whatsoever. I was 5 foot whatever.
How often did I hear, you don't play any sports?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I could think, and I think probably day to day, we probably are all a little bit maybe shorter or longer. Because, I know it has to do with the compression of the spine. Some people would actually do that stuff. I've even seen that where like people would, kind of like hang by their neck or something. Or they do those things where they strap their feet in. They kind of
stretch you.
Yeah, it does. Because you've got fluid sacs in your spine. And when those kind of become compressed, then you are going to shrink a little bit. So it could be something where, I guess, but you're still going to have a limit if that's what you're talking about as to how much you're going to grow or expand.
But could you really make your body expand by doing those stretchy things? Every night I had Virginia just hold my neck, and I ran the opposite way just to try to stretch it out. If I did that 20 minutes a day, is there any way it stretches?
I think you're just maximizing what your already height is.
without getting pervy, could you do that with, say, I don't know, your privates?
Oh, I know people have tried, but I'm not sure. People hung weights on it, all kinds of stuff.
Does it work, though, if you're consistent and you don't stop?
I've heard no.
Yeah, there's really no trick.
Every time
Virginia.
I try it, it doesn't do anything for me.
Well, they can do that penile surgery.
It doesn't seem
That doesn't
right.
count. That's cheating.
It is cheating.
Of course, Virginia's going to the lab.
Yeah, that's totally cheating.
Yeah.
Bionic peen.
And then what if you get it back and it doesn't work right?
That would be horrifying.
And then all that was for nothing.
That's the Twilight Zone episode. That's the end of the episode. It's beautiful. You're like, it's beautiful, Doc, but it doesn't work. And then it's over.
Or it's not beautiful. They mess it up.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Somebody said the saying is you're only as old as your spine. So taking care of your spine and using one of those inversion machines that I was talking about will stretch you out and just.
So that's good for you.
Well, I think there's fluids that's flowing through that. And so that, yeah, it does. I mean, to have that compressed, not good. To have it stretched, stretch
your
shape.
sacs.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, your sacral fluid can flow better and helps your chi and your wee and all that kind of good stuff.
So adults can grow in their 30s and 40s. You can get taller.
Technically, a little bit. Yeah, you can maximize what your growth potential should be.
I'm growing, dog.
Yeah.
They say yoga is really good for all that, too.
Right, yeah.
We should all be doing yoga.
I'm down. I'm ready. I'm ready to take a hip hop dance class. What I'm ready to do.
Yeah?
Yeah, me and our old intern Ariel, we're thinking about doing it.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Gosh, me too.
Will you put together a video for us?
Yeah, I just want to dance. I don't know.
Okay. Hey, if you got it in your soul, man, you got to let it out.
Your decision-making skills are on point. You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
So what is your personality type? It's kind of interesting. I saw this study done by Northwestern University. They whittled it down to 4 types for everybody. Average, reserved, self-centered, and a role model were the 4 categories they had. 4 distinct personality types, they say.
That's it?
That's it, 4. Yeah. Now, they say the 4 personality types are based on 5 character traits: extroversion, neuroticism, openness, agreeableness, and conscientiousness. Now, here are the descriptions. Do you feel like you fit into one of these 4 personality types? Average. You're high in neuroticism and extroversion, low in openness. That's average. Reserved is emotionally stable, low in openness and neuroticism, usually not very extroverted, yet somewhat agreeable and conscientious. The role models are people who are low in neuroticism and high in all other traits. Individuals often grow into this personality type as they age. Dependable and high in openness, effective leaders often fit into this category of role models. And then the self-centered person who's very high in extroversion and below average scores in openness, agreeableness, and conscientiousness, individuals tend to age out of this personality type. In fact, they say self-centered is like a teenage boy type characteristic. Very self-centered, it's all about me kind of thing. And then as you get older, you gain more empathy and you gravitate into one of the other distinct personality types. Do you feel like you fit into any of those?
I mean, I'm a woman, so from day to day, I could be one or another.
I would say, honestly, everybody in this room is kind of all of those at some point.
Yeah.
There's a little bit. We're all that at some point.
We fluctuate.
Just all over the place, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's better personality tests that gets really, really specific. There's like 9 to 11 ones you could be. It starts to get into, I don't know, all kind of stuff.
I feel like at some points I'm extroverted, and then some points I'm introverted.
I think we all do have a little bit of that, yes.
We have a little bit of all of that in us. We're controlled by the moon, and by the way, it's a full moon today, so be very careful out there.
I saw it right away as soon as I walked out. It almost blinded me. It was beautiful.
It's a full moon, so if you're controlled by the moon, you're going to be a little bit wonky today.
I knew it. I'm a little wonky today.
You are.
Call me Willie Wonky.
I've been wonky since yesterday. I have not been right.
Could have been the 4 Locos.
I would say since last weekend,
You really have a lot of things that are throwing this whole study off.
I feel like I was doing my best work Friday night.
You're blaming it on the moon, but I'm going to blame it on definitely the 4 Loko.
4 Loco, yeah. They say that your personality will likely change over time. I think that mine has. Your personality type, you become a different person, and that's good. And they say older people tend to be less neurotic, yet more conscientious and agreeable than individuals under the age of 20.
Don't you get to a certain age when you're older, you go, what am I even arguing for? It's
I
got to
think
be
so.
lights out soon anyway.
Not on my HOA.
Yeah, I don't get old people that want to argue.
It is amazing. Yeah, they stayed just put.
They stayed angry.
Just right there. With yesterday being Veterans Day, just a really cool day to pay homage to the people who have made the big sacrifices for our country. It was really cool, too, because yesterday my son Cannon was telling me that, in school they're studying World War II. And I just so happened to open a drawer, and I looked in there, and my grandfather's dog tags from World War II were in there.
No way.
I was like, oh, how cool. And I'm like, what a great day for this. And so I brought them out, and I said, these are your great-grandfather's dog tags from World War II. And then, I told him, I said, hey, they wore these, and if you died in battle, then they would take these, and this is how they identified people. And it was kind of cool. He's wearing them around last night. He's going to take them into school today to show the kids as they're studying World War II what, the officers would wear when they go into battle.
Oh, that's so
All
cool.
around. Yeah, it was kind of neat. So it was a nice little Veterans Day moment yesterday. It was nice that it fell on that day. And this is a really cool story, too. Nice it fell on this day. In fact, this would be awesome falling on any day. They announced that a 70-year-old Army vet named Ernest Dodson just hit a $277,000 Cash 5 jackpot
Yay.
on Veterans Day.
Good
yesterday.
for him.
He's going to pay off his house and car, and he's like, I'm debt-free, cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And there's also an 8-year-old boy in Maryland that has raised more than $50,000 in care packages for homeless vets. So it's kind of cool. You're 8 and you can do that kind of stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah. There was some nice stories coming out of yesterday. We got the After the Show podcast on the way, and Jbird is going to get us there with our thought for the day.
The devil whispered to me, I'm coming for you. I whispered back, bring pizza.
Yes, all right.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.